really just can't wait to get out. So
I mean, it
we'll
makes
see.
sense.
Yeah, but we can at least maybe facilitate something. Anyways, yeah, this is a lonely hall. Pretty aptly named, as you can guess.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Continuing
I
out.
need to rename it.
To our immediate left, beyond this concrete wall, is a firing range for our training practices.
Oh, damn.
To our right is the motor pool. Obviously, as you can see, that is the airlock. We will talk more about the motor pool and airlock as we conclude our tour. Down here, past this gate, and both of these gates can be unlocked, but they stay locked normally, is the strip. But we're gonna do my route of a tour because that's what I'm feeling today. There's things written down, but why not go with something that actually feels, tangible of the places that you're gonna go most often to begin with.
And it
Right?
makes sense.
Exactly. So this is just a little waiting area before visitation. And in here, we have visitation. This side here is the
Oh, fucking
civilian side where
Christ.
people can come to visit their friends, family, or loved ones that are in prison currently. They can utilize these phones to talk with them or just yell really loudly through the glass sometimes. Sometimes they'll just do that.
That's what
Um,
Spotify is.
yeah, there's also an MDW for them to utilize if they want to look up anything for their friends,
Oh,
whatever.
nice.
Yes. I did request an ATM as well to be put in here in case any of them want to be able to help facilitate cash or something for them, or just money in general, be able to help out. Or maybe someone gets out of prison and they need cash fast, they
That
can
was my
just
spot.
use the one in here. But that hasn't come in yet. But maybe one soon. Yes.
Well, hopefully there is one eventually.
Yes. We'll go down that area after I get you set up with your gear.
Okay.
Alright, so stick close, obviously, because this is a gen pop. Sorry, wow, you are really on top of that already.
Well, you told me to lock
This.
him behind me.
Yeah. Yep, I did. But, this is. Well, he hasn't changed his uniform yet, because just between you and me, he's kind of lazy sometimes, but that's fine. He's Corporal Tungsten now. Um, this is the guy that most inmates either love or hate because he'll remind them of how long they have here. He also helps escort them out, like I said before, and in general, he's a pretty good he's a great officer. He's really reliable, just always here. Loves just sitting at work and just doing his job. He's great.
So he's like the workaholic.
I mean, if your job was just sitting there and then just reminding people that they're here forever sometimes, getting paid for it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways,
Spotify isn't
so in
working.
here is the inmate side of visitation. They have access to the MDW where they can check their court cases if they have any on the docket. They can utilize the phones. They do have their contacts now. We get their contacts on a piece of paper and they can get that added into their phone now. They can go to the City Hall app and look at government workers if they need to, say get in contact with us as we do show up on the City Hall app, which, speaking of, go ahead and on your phone, make sure that you are set to busy in the government employees tab.
I'm busy.
Yes, as a
Such a
cadet,
dumb
most often,
voice.
especially as non-solo, while you're doing an FTO session, you might as well just go ahead and put yourself as busy, so that you don't just get blown up with questions you might not even have the answer to, and you can just focus on your training. Okay. Once
Okay,
you become
makes
solo,
sense.
then you can just let yourself be available if you feel comfortable with it. We always have, if there's only one person on duty, they are set to available no matter what. Well, this is like a good show
Curry
of just
pasta.
random things that you'll find in the prison sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have these nice little little, little pictures to remind people of what kind of rights they have and such. But it's still good for us to know because sometimes they just don't read. But there are a lot of things that people think they're just stuck in here and they can't do anything, but they absolutely can get in touch with lawyers or the judiciary or anything like that. It's completely fine. Normally I put a note of, leave a message. Feel free to leave a message within reason. Apparently that is now put yo tags, dog. But yeah, so gangs or just people will put their tags and just say they've
I don't
been
know if
here
that was.
and
Oh, that was so helpful.
shows a I don't know, strange solidarity. It's fine.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, and then well, I already responded to this one, to make sure that things are upheld within the prison. So I can't really speak for the cops. That's their stuff outside of here. I
I
don't know
mean,
about
if they
that.
want
But
to do that stuff, then that's up to them.
exactly. That's out there.
Stuff I
We
still
just got to
doubt.
make sure we control in here. Obviously you'll learn all about corruption and such, and what facilitates corruption in here. Fucking inmates does entail corruption here. Don't do it.
Don't plan on fucking inmates.
That's good. I'm glad. Here's another picture about stuff. Okay. Anyways, so through here is our armory entrance. There's two entrances. One, if you're just going to go and buy gear like we are, you can just come in through here. You can speak with Rebecca. She will get you sorted with everything that you need. You can also just put an order in with the laptop there if you need to.
She's telling me I need a credit card.
Yeah, don't worry. That's what we're gonna do with the laptop. So I
Wait for the
am
person
going
this one.
to
No!
get that for you now. And then while we're also doing that, we can start looking at your call sign. Okay, one moment.
So, songs are starting,
Okay,
and then it
let's
just says
see.
can't play the current song.
Alright, what is your
State ID.
state ID?
My state ID is 19837. That's right.
That is. I don't know how to feel about it being at the 20,000s now, but
Yeah, almost there.
almost. That's okay. 19837. Yes.
That's correct.
Wonderful.
Discord's still down. Not this thing.
And here we go. Alrighty. Here is your credit card for the Department of Corrections.
Fancy.
I would not keep that with you in your wallet while off duty. I strongly suggest once we get you your utility belt, to just have it tucked in there in one of those small pouches. Then you'll just have it with you on duty, and you don't have to worry about losing it or it getting stolen or anything while you're off duty. Okay?
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of people go for the wallet first, but they don't realize that it can be much simpler than that.
Doors are so difficult. They're so fucking difficult.
Okay. I'm going to take a quick look at one of our lockers real quick to get any extra equipment that we have so that we can get you squared away on that. Okay. Any of these have goodies? This one has a watch and a radio. You'll just have to relabel it. That's good.
Just past the fox.
Here are some bits and bobs. Hold on to these for the time being. It has a radio and a watch inside it, but I will go over the labeling guidelines with you after we get the rest of your equipment sorted out, okay?
Okay, makes sense.
Alrighty, you can go ahead and chat with Rebecca, and I will call out to you what you need to get handed to you, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
Alrighty, you will need one taser.
Got that.
You will need 5 taser cartridges, but that is also with it loaded. So go ahead and buy 1 extra for it to be loaded, so 6 total.
Got that.
Handcuffs,
Said like 3. Got that.
flashlight.
Got that.
It is technically or baton, but I usually have batons go to either solo cadets or full COs. Flashlights are pretty useful for you guys in the moment when it comes to sniffing out things or finding things. So, you have a radio, yes.
Yeah.
Police camera.
Yeah.
Um, fingerprint kit.
Yeah.
GSR test kit.
Yeah.
Evidence bag container.
Yeah.
An MDW.
Oh yeah.
And you already have a wristwatch, so that works out.
I think that should be everything, right?
I believe so.
Uh, uh, uh. Okay, I've got all them.
Wonderful. And now we will go over what can go into your utility belt to make things a little bit easier for you. You can have your handcuffs, your radio, both of the kits, the evidence bag container, your MDW, and your wristwatch all in your utility belt. You will just have to make sure that you slide your watch on first before you put it in there, as it's hard to get out of the bag in your utility belt and also utilize it at the same time.
Okay.
Though, to be fair, you'll probably want to go through and label it first, so let's get that squared away.
Uh.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm having too much fun.
Where are these at? Okay. Alrighty, you can come on over and then we can go over the equipment labeling guidelines.
Okay.
Okay, so with those evidence markers that I gave you, it's just a little patch of tape that you stick onto it, and you just have this written on it first, okay?
Okay.
So you're going to want to control that tape over your equipment that you're wanting to label. So we'll start first with your utility belt.
Right. I've got a bit of tape ready for that.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to put your first name and your last name first.
Yep.
Then you're going to make a space and then I don't know what it's called. It's like the long line that's straight up and down.
Oh, it has some kind of template art on it. It says like name, DOC, state ID.
Oh, yeah. So you can see what I'm talking about.
I
Yes,
did
that's
that.
the template for
I
it.
did that.
You will use that template to blah, 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 to label all of your equipment. That is typically we go for the things that are non-perishable or DPS specifically. Um, so we're not huge on like you have to like label your evidence kits, your GSR or your fingerprint kits. Just get the important stuff. But definitely the stuff that doesn't break down. That is the most important one.
Now let me put these on here. It's such a dumb voice. It's so fucking dumb. Oh my lord. Hang on. Right, I think that's everything.
Wonderful. When you're done with the evidence label, go ahead and throw it in that locker in the corner there.
Psychopath behavior. Right, that's nice and neat in there.
Great. If you have everything squared away, I'm going to do a quick spot check. Alrighty. Okay, yep, we'll get that loaded. Blah, blah, blah. All good. Very nice and neat. Wow. Wow. Very nice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I forgot that they made those 2 months long now. Anyways, okay, everything looks good. Great. I'm gonna go ahead and take just a few steps back while I tell you to do this, but you can go ahead and pull out your taser and go ahead and reload it so that you can get those taser prongs put in. The extra ones you got. There you go. Perfect. Now you can go ahead and put that away. Now you should have the correct kit with just 5 extra cartridges, yes?
That's correct.
Great.
Oh.
Now, while we are
It's
here,
so stupid.
let's go ahead and get your call sign sorted. So, if you go ahead and open up your dispatch, are you aware of how to do that?
I'm not. It can be difficult, right?
Nope, it's almost as easy as how you could just pull up your MDW. You know, it's just a little
Well, I think I've got something here. I can see my name. And your name.
yeah, you'll be able to see all of the dispatch calls that are coming through that we have available to us. We've also got radio channels, and we've got our units. Yes, is that what you're seeing on your dispatch?
I am.
That's great. Okay, as you can see, the numbers and letters that are in the parentheses next to my name, that is my call sign. So what it means is 9 is essentially high command. The Charlie is, well, the C is Charlie for that's what DOC goes with, and 23 is just my unique individual call sign. So for you, it'll be dash Charlie dash a number between 1 and 150, and you get to choose.
Ooh, that's a lot of numbers to choose from.
It
She hates
sure
you? I
is,
know
but
she
I have
does.
so much faith
She
in
hates
you,
me so
Freeman.
much. I think I'm gonna go with 77.
77. Let me go ahead
It's got his accent
and
already.
check and
It's
make
so
sure that isn't
fucking
taken.
dumb. I think 77's slow. At least the fact that I'm playing in first person makes it even more fucking stupid.
That's close. There's another guy that's 7'8", but not 7'7", so yep, that one's open.
Well, we
So
got lucky
you'll,
first try. It depends on the
though
shift
I
if
will
it
have to
still
warn
could
you
pop.
that you will have to say it as 77 while here because 77 is a call for backup. So just get used to
Of course you went
77.
with 7. Okay. 7.
Great. So
Turbo
you can go
7.
ahead and input your new call sign yourself if you just tap on the not applicable next to your name. All you have to do is follow the same format as I said before for me, but there you go. Perfect.
Look at that.
Yes. So now that
It's
you have
funny
your
'cause
call
we're on
sign
channel
all
7.
sorted, you can go ahead and take out your radio. And we are going to be on channel 7 for this. That is DOC's primary channel. There are a few other channels that we use regularly. Channel 6 is for EMS or
What do you mean?
doctors. Channel 1 is General Patrol for the cops, or any other departments that are just on general
Become a
patrol.
sergeant so I get
There
7
are
Charlie
others that get
77.
utilized
No, I don't want
frequently, but
sergeant on
that's
this character.
typically specific departments, or like there is an FIB channel as well. I believe they unencrypted that a few months back, so that is technically open, but obviously, unless you need to be on that channel for something specific or just
It's
monitoring,
funny as it be,
say, the patrol channel, you don't really have a reason to just be
I don't
hanging
want to be
out on
sergeant
them
on this
aside
character.
from 7. Okay.
Okay.
All right, now that you are on channel 7, yes.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to have you go ahead and call yourself as on duty now that you are fully kitted out and ready. So, how we do that is we take out our radio and you will say Charlie 77 1041.
Charlie 77 1041.
And then you will typically hear welcome aboard as the response.
You see some fucking. That's fine.
Typically we also do just to make sure, in case anybody can't hear you, or so you're able to be aware if you have any radio malfunctions. How we do that before calling ourselves on or anything like that is we say radio check. So if you're not getting a response or anything like that, you can go ahead and just call over the radio check. If people can hear you, they will respond with 10-2, which means loud and clear. Or if they're just feeling
What
particular
do you mean
that
this?
day, they might just say,
Define
yes, I
British. Okay.
hear
Oi,
you.
bruv.
Um, However it works for
We
you.
dickhead, yeah? I'm on duty, innit? Okay, make sense.
Great. So,
This voice
I
doesn't
believe
strain my
that's all
voice,
of
which is nice.
your background stuff taken care of now for you to actually be a part of this department. So I think I caught up on all of that. So now we'll just go over this room real quick. As you can see, it is the armory. This is where we keep all of our basic equipment and everything like that that we should need. We also do keep specialized equipment here too for our rapid response team. And that crate, it is password coded, so you will not be breaking into it at any time. It is
Try me.
reserved specifically for that division and its members.
I will start
The
at
locker that
1.
I had you put the evidence markers back into is
I'll
a
keep on
general
going.
purpose locker for if you need to hold something in there for the time being. Obviously, nothing that is sensitive, as it will be accessible by everybody in the DOC. But if you just need to put something in there before, say, putting it in an evidence locker, or it's just extra gear or something like that, feel free to put it in there. Right next to that is the VR and evidence evidence distribution. Oh my god, I was thinking of evidence collection. No, it distributes evidence, not collect it.
Oh, that's that one.
This is what gets it all labeled up, and how we can put it into our evidence lockers all neatly. Oh wait, no, that's the evidence distribution. That's VR. Don't know why they didn't just put them next to each other, but you know what? It's fine.
Hey, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's VR. That's how we go in for those trainings. Just slip on that headset, and then you'll be transported to the virtual world.
Fancy.
Yes,
All this
and then that's what.
technology.
Yeah, it's actually very advanced in this state. It's actually kind of freakily good. You'll even notice that with our medical advancements as well. There's a cop with no arms because he just has
What the fuck?
little cybernetics and shit like that, or whatever they're called.
I don't know what they're like wooden or like real or.
No, they're not. Well, they're not real. If they were real, he would just have his arms.
I don't know. I don't think they'd be easy if they were like replacements.
They're like prosthetics. That's what it's called.
Yeah, okay. That seems pretty advanced medical.
Yes, it's very
Yes.
high tech stuff. But yeah, so that's that stuff. And then over here we have the secure trash, and as you can see, we
I've
had
not
to
heard
add
of
a little
this.
sign to it because people keep throwing old rotten food in here instead of equipment.
No food. No food in
Yes.
here.
No, only things that need to be disposed of securely. It's not for food. It's not for your personal belongings that you
I love
just
how half
want
the
to toss
labels are me.
somewhere. It is meant specifically for our old DPS equipment, and everything
I
like
should have
that. So
mentioned the
all the
beers
stuff
in
that
the
you
fucking
bought,
locker room that I
if it
put in
starts
there.
going rusty or just unusable,
2
you
crates
toss
of
it in.
beers and little random bottles.
We don't toss that stuff specifically. Everything that you have on you that I just had you buy, that ends up in here if it goes bad. Okay?
Okay.
That doesn't end up in a public dumpster. That's how you get in very big trouble for misallocation of equipment.
I don't want to get in that big trouble.
Yeah, nobody usually does. They don't usually
But if I
say
still
this,
am.
I don't think, but if you get a personal firearm, you're supposed to reach out to the police to dispose of that whenever it gets too rusty or just becomes incapable of being fired.
Just put it in a
I
corner.
don't mind if you use our secure trash for your personal firearms if you bought one and need to dispose of it securely. That's fine with me. A lot of people forget about that, so
Okay.
I don't want people to get investigated for hot gun charges just because they didn't know what to do with their personal firearms. So you get a bonus point for working here by being able to use a secure trash instead of having to reach out to PD for that every time.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, I think that is everything for this area.
I'm not backseating, really? No, backseat all you want. Come sit in the front seat.
There we go.
You could be my passenger
Blah,
princess,
blah,
don't you worry,
blah.
guided.
You've labeled your equipment. Great. Now we just continue the tour. Yes. I like how it specifically said we don't want to bring cadets through Gen Pop without gear. And I just completely skipped over that. That's fine, I'm a warden.
That's
What are they gonna
some
do?
ball
Yell at me?
stuff.
Yeah. And also, to be fair, if people wanted me to do these correctly, they should have looked at my rap sheet when it came to FTOs, so.
Real.
I have kind of a reputation for unorthodox teachings, but it's fine. Alright, so up here is how we get to our interrogation rooms, as well as our office area. This is interrogation room 1. I do believe that these are soundproofed. I'd actually might have to double check on that, but they should be.
I mean, you could
for
start screaming, I can tell you if I can hear you.
Yeah, go out in the hallway. Oh, okay,
No,
cool.
nothing.
It is nice. It is soundproofed. That's great. Yeah, so we have 2 of those. Typically it's only ever needed if, say, something like an inmate needs to speak with a representation or the police or anything like that. Oh, that's adorable. And they just need somewhere private to be able to go.
Was it
we don't
because
use it
you
for
tried
therapy
doing
or
it,
anything
or
like
was it
that.
because
Typically, though, we have a
of the
separate
act
area
itself?
for that, but just for privacy or something. This is the well, this is one of the bullpens that we have. This is kind of a general use for senior officers or anything like that above. One moment.
Seniors?
Deputy Warden Skeever. Sure, I can help you with that. Just give me a ring when you are in the civilian side of visitation. Yay. Alright, we're doing a detour after this. That's fine though. So yeah, so this is just like a general area if you need to do some paperwork or something. You've got these.
He is here. You just
we also
Oop.
we also do have this filing cabinet that we store things in every now and then. Wow, I forgot that this has all of these Cora bears that I put in here. yeah, just if there's it's not like a secure thing. You can just put things in there, but you know, just for stuff that you
We're
aren't
gonna
going to
put
use or
so
anything
much
like that.
random shit in there.
Warden's office, Warden Maxwell, and then my office. Is this unlocked? God damn it.
The one that Chad interviewed me in.
Came in my office?
Yeah. He sat in my lap too. Oh, dumped him in. Spotify, can you please stop being down? Hello? This thing's just being like a sack of shit right now. She told him to. I know she did. Sorry, look at this face and tell me that's not the face of someone who's cooked.
Okay, anyways, continuing on. Here's the briefing room. This is where we keep the... Well, that'll have to probably get fixed. This is where we keep the calendar with everything that's going on. As you can see, we have quite a few onboardings happening. So
Hey,
you'll
there's
have
my
2
name.
more. That is your name.
And there's my old name.
What?
Nothing. I saw some pretty fucked up stuff in another state.
What?
Forget I said anything.
Oh, I'll try, but we don't really use this room much.
No, Wally is because I haven't scheduled his yet.
It's pretty much just a calendar and that's it, because it's a little too cramped to do anything else. Alrighty, coming right over here is medical block 1. We have the surgery ward and also just kind of like a higher security ward. Since it's a little deeper into the prison.
It's like on the best
This
high
is where we'll take
motherfucker, I'm in the
RCOs
middle
if
of
they
doing
need an
it.
extended stay, or anything like that, or surgery, or if it is, just
I'm in the middle of hiring him. Fuck you.
I just found out someone was in Canada. Apparently, interesting. But yeah, so we have everything that you could need for surgeries and the like here in our medical establishments. Anything that Eclipse Tower would have, we also have, just
Deadass,
more
I'm gonna
likely in
just
a mobile
reject
format
Kellogg.
versus a large scale, like, you know, CT, MRIs.
I don't think
and
they
all,
can
like,
change it because it's
we
actually
don't have,
part
you know,
of the
big
map, I think.
observational rooms like they have. Though, to be fair, Eclipse is also very small, so.
I mean, it's also like, I feel like a hospital's like purpose built.
A what? A purpose built?
Yeah, like it's built for that purpose. Whereas, you know, there's a
I
whole
thought you said
building.
spilt, like
No,
spilt.
built. Yeah, so I think those beds
Built.
are like part of the actual map itself. No, built.
Anyways, yeah, she's kind of
we
just
didn't.
here mostly for medical. We don't have to worry about her too much. She doesn't really talk to us anyway, so this is whatever. Now you can go ahead and lock those.
Yeah, it's not something we can just
Okay, we're gonna go
yell at
check
the
in.
warden to do.
Oh my god. Deputy Warden Skeever.
Oops.
It is going, just doing an onboarding. How can I help you?
We'll go third
Well,
person.
I've met you before. You...
No, I don't like it.
Okay, alright.
You don't need a surgery room, you just need a back alley and a scalpel.
As much as
Like
I
a
would like to say
mattress.
yes to that at the moment, I just don't have the people for it while I'm doing this training. It's... No, I genuinely... I'm not going to extend someone's training out for a trash run. I have no problem with putting out that you guys are interested in doing one and I can have one done for you soon, but I can't do it right now. Okay.
How do we, like, cause more torment here?
Talk to my cadet. I need to also do a bail check-in, so I'm a little tied right now, Wolf.
Is that Wolf Haley?
Yes, it is
Tell Wolf
Haley.
Haley I said hi, and it's JJ.
JJ says hi. Hold on, just yes, he is out on bail.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I'm on bail,
Yeah.
fool.
Hey man, what's going on?
Not much. I got a trial Saturday, man.
Hey, good luck, man. I'm rooting for you.
I'll put out a
Yeah.
message about the trash. You guys can talk later.
Okay.
All right.
Damn.
Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
deputy.
you.
Damn, deputy warning shit.
Bye.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye, Wolf. You're the best.
Okay. Alrighty.
I like Wolf.
JJ. He's a pretty good guy when he isn't,
He's a
you
good
know.
guy, but I'm gonna be honest, he can be a lot to handle. And not everybody is built with the capability of handling what he has to offer sometimes, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't think he means
He's a shitload. He
ill.
does.
I just think
he
he's
definitely is.
really misunderstood. And then he acts
Let's trap
out when that
alphas.
happens. That's Wolf. That's the Wolf that I know.
Right. Well, obviously, I think you were with Strong Rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I mean, you aren't wearing a suit, so I had to
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
put that
looking
together.
totally
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is my cadet,
Hola.
Freeman.
Howdy.
Yeah, so he's
Warden
tagging along
Freeman.
for this since I'm doing his onboarding right now.
My name's
Okay.
JJ. I'm going through this bail process. It sucks. Don't commit a murder.
I'm gonna try not to
Don't
commit a
do it.
murder.
I didn't even commit a murder. I'm just being blamed for it.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
I love how we hear this shit like 2 days in a row.
Okay, so you checked in yesterday.
Is this the
with
Joe character?
Lucas,
Yeah.
And now today.
Part of me wants to one life for him, but I don't know. I might just have like I might just coin flip every
Strong Rock
time he
getting
goes
the
down.
meeting yet?
Who knows? I just let them figure their
I
stuff
feel like
out.
I'll enjoy that more.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a peep at your conditions. Looks like they are just general ones. You can only have your registered phone, and you can't have any weapons or anything that looks like one even. Have you had
Really?
any situations or concerns
Anything before was
regarding
leaving?
any
This guy's like the
misdemeanors,
complete
felonies?
opposite. This guy's friendly and nice.
No.
Okay.
Wolf's a cunt.
Have you changed your place of residence or changed a job, got a new job, lost a job?
There's so many more questions than I asked. I was like,
Makes
I
that
mean,
part really
you know your
easy.
conditions, right?
It makes
Yeah,
it hard
cool.
because, like,
You complying?
I work
Yeah.
per gig. You know what I'm saying? So realistically,
One
yeah,
lifer just to get
I have, like,
bricked.
6 new jobs. But
It'll probably be a
it's all the
fucking
same
guided
job,
character
if
that
makes
throws the
sense.
I mean,
brick
if it
as
all
well.
falls
That
under the
motherfucker.
same job and like structure, then that's
Yeah,
fine.
they're all just contracted through different people. So technically, I work 4 different people through another company. So I don't know how that works in a court of law, but
What is the overarching company that you're working for?
it's Redless Records.
Oh, okay. Well, then yeah, that's fine. If you just have different
I
numbers,
think
that's
we
whatever.
like
I
coin
don't
flip,
care.
or we do a
Technically,
very
I have
low,
multiple, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
a
if I'm
very low
contracted,
roll to decide whether I kill
yeah,
him
I
or
work
not.
for Red List, but then I'll be working for those people individually. So I have to turn in those, you think? Or am I overcomplicated?
Yeah, he's
No,
heartless.
that's definitely
Yeah, doesn't give a
overcomplicating
fuck.
it. As long as it is for, or like you're operating under Red List, and that's why you're getting those contracts, then you're fine. Okay.
Yeah, then his
Cool.
response
All right, all we
is,
have to do is the search then. Do you have anything that's going to poke, prod, or stick me?
Nope.
Cool. All right, I'm just going to be taking a look here. Still a lot of candy. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was giving out candy in that van with Strong Rock, and you know, people
I
didn't want it.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
to you, the back to
that
that,
was
back to
something.
ad. That's fucked, dude. Get Twitch Nitro. It's like
Okay.
£6 a month. No ads anywhere.
Everything looks good to me.
Cheaper than
I
subbing
just
to
have to
people
do
also.
a quick call just to make sure that's your registered phone.
Oh, let me see if it's on silent.
Nitro is honestly insane.
I mean, I was gonna say even if you answered it.
Oh, not Nitro, Turbo.
Because then I would just know that
Turbo.
too. But that's fine. Perfect. Cool. Easy
Same thing,
peasy.
different brand.
Do you have anything that
No, you
want to
would've got
bring up
the
for this in
ads
the time being?
because
How you have also
it's
the
set
6
up
hours of
to
community
play
service.
ads
Have you been
partway
able to get in
through,
contact with
so you
anyone
don't
for
get
that?
one when you first join.
Yeah, all of my community service is done.
Nice, then cool. That makes that part also super easy. Awesome. I think that's all it is for this then. Unless you have anything else for me, I can let you get back to your life.
Give you a
Nah,
week trial
that's
too.
it.
Sick.
Check
Cool.
in, get it over with, get out.
Sounds good. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yep, stay out of trouble.
I will.
All right, back to the tour.
I'm not a fan of the hat on this character.
Or the, you know,
Back to it we go.
Yes. And, well, now you can already kind of see why my stuff ends up becoming unorthodox, because it just seems to be like
Yeah, the hatting. It works
common
when
thing
he's
that as
not
soon
in
as
the
I decide
uniform.
to try to take someone out for training, that I start getting calls after calls, so...
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
we'll get through this, though. It's fine.
That's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
I act nice now, and then over time we start tormenting.
Alrighty. Sorry I told you about the strip, which is the outside area that goes this way.
Look at the doors
Now
are
we're
so
entering the
difficult.
security area. Here we have the sergeant's bullpen. You've got Sergeant Hauser and Sergeant Tom Wolf. Those are our 2 command members at the time right now. We don't have a captain, and we still have a desk that's open, so maybe. But that's the old SAS team.
I am.
Yeah. Most of them have moved up quite a bit from then, so. Huh.
Dead ass.
Anyways, also there's a shower in here. It's I consider it kind of like one of those, like, you know, like last ditch type things.
I mean, it's just like a faucet coming out the wall.
It's not great water pressure, but you know, considering the alternative of no showers,
This place
you
can
know,
tell right. There's just no fucking
you
inmates
know, if
now.
you need clean off or anything, it is there. So
Peeping Tom.
do
How's Wolf a
with that
peeping
what you
Tom?
will. It's
That's back when like none of us had any fucking like stripes.
wonderful. What did you do to me?
What do you? I didn't do anything, ma'am.
Like you kind of did something there.
I did that
Okay.
on purpose.
So this is Tracy. Tracy can also help sign out any gear or anything that you need like that. We typically utilize her for the firearms that we may have to carry, whether it's for transport or just general situations that call for it on the force matrix. This is our lethal locker. This is where we carry or keep all of our firearms. We do sign these out with
always
a
about the sheriff
ledger and
accent?
everything
No,
like
the
that.
sheriff is more.
So
No, I
keep
can't
track
think I
of
can
it that
do
way.
this.
They are all labeled accordingly if you want to
The
take a look
sheriff
at how
accent
we've
puts
labeled
way
them
too
as
much stress
well.
on my voice.
And yeah, don't fuck with them unless you need to.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be fucking guns.
You know, that hadn't been a thought in my mind, but now it is. So,
What? Not fucking with guns?
well, you didn't have the with part in there.
Oh,
You
I
just had
did.
I'm not fucking guns.
No, I'm not fucking with guns.
Listen,
Gaslighting.
whatever floats your boat, man. I just okay.
Yo.
Over here is kind of a
Gaslighting.
specific thing. As you can see there, we have a kind of like a terminal and then also a box. In the box, we have things that we have for commissary. You can go ahead and take a look at those too. You don't have to worry about the computer or anything. That's where
What if
people that are in
Freeman might
Command Plus
just
typically
fuck
can put in
guns?
orders or get things going for a commissary, but that is a command thing.
Oh, these are pretty neat.
Yeah. We want to get it more widely used by our inmates, but they I don't know. We need to find more ideas, I think, still about getting some stuff. You can also still you know, sign out some stuff on this clipboard. for
That's the
Tracy if you
real
ever need
room.
to.
Oh.
Okay. Over here is our second locker room.
Ooh.
This is kind of more of a think of like a break room type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever need to take a break or something, feel free to come hop up in here. You can do.
How comes there's hazardous waste
Stuff.
on the shelf?
Well, who says it's hazardous waste?
The label.
Where?
Top shelf, like brown bottle.
No, I think that's hazard dose.
What's
No, I
that
think
mean?
I think that's just the type of dose that it has. It's just like, you know.
Huzzar, that sounds
Hazardos.
like something a wizard would say. Huzzar!
Is that really what
I don't
a
know, that's
wizard specifically, huh?
what it sounds like to me.
Wouldn't that be more like a red coat or something? Like huzzah! But
What's
it's
a
huzzar.
what's a red coat?
Or it's like a pirate that's really excited.
No, that'd be a yar!
No, it would be a huzzar. Get it?
No, that'd be a
Okay,
huzzar!
anyways. No, that's okay. Anyways,
Oh, fuck it. Just
so
try to
feel
gaslight
free if
me.
you want to, you know, get changed in here as well. You can also utilize that in here. Okay.
Trust me, I'm the ultimate
Don't ask about the
gaslighter.
beaker. Okay. This is the SAS office. Oh my God! You knocked over everything over there.
Oh, I didn't. It's all on the shelf.
No, I'm talking about like the broom and stuff. It's fine.
I'm
Anyways.
still there.
No. I'm not gonna ask about that. So this is the SAS office. This is where they all come to hang out. Though to be fair,
Wonder who
SAS
drinks
isn't
in
even
here.
being utilized at the moment, so I don't even know why they need a whole office that's this big. But whatever, floats their boat. I guess it makes them feel better inside. So
I mean, it said like our property, our office, or something on the door.
our office, our property, because that's like their logo. They
That
just
sounds
claim
cringe.
places and call it for them. So they could just walk into like, I don't know, a department store and they'll be like, our store, our property. So
It's funny because it's true.
I think they're like compensating for something.
William Freeman's a pirate? No, he's
But they're good people, so
just Southern.
yeah, they do a good job.
That was like who was in that picture, right?
Huh?
Who was?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
in the sergeant's bullpen, yes. Well, the old SAS, there's not
God, the
many
urge to say who's
of
Sergeant
them around
Bullpen.
anymore, but yeah. Alright, back to Gem Pop again.
I think she'll kill me if I say that, to be fair.
Any questions thus far before we continue?
None so far. I've just been asking them as I've been going.
That's fair. So I didn't really tell you about the little room in here, the observation room. In
Sergeant
there,
Bullpen.
as
No,
you can
it's
see,
such a
the little
dumb
control
joke.
panel here.
This character should know that
On the
joke,
other
though.
side, that is our siren, our alarm kind of control panel. Obviously, don't fucking touch it unless you need to, absolutely, and are briefed on how to use it, okay?
Okay.
Because it will ring across the entire prison.
I'd hope an alarm would.
Exactly, but yeah, that's for lockdown, so. Okay, medical block 2.
No, my water bottle.
Medical block 2 is where we keep all
My bottle
of
just fell off my
our
desk.
inmate patients. Yes, our inmate patients come in here. They will always be treated here. They will not go anywhere else
I
to
love
be
the
treated. They
pauses.
don't go to the hospital. They don't go to the clinic down the street. They don't go anywhere else. They stay here to be treated. Hence why I brought up that we have all of the same capabilities as Eclipse. They don't need to be transported anywhere else. It is just a massive security risk to have them get transported that way, and we don't have the resources to play babysitter with a wall of guards around them while they're at the hospital when it can just be done here. Whenever there is an inmate that is injured and needs to be seen,
I know how dumb
obviously
this
we go
looks.
ahead and call up
We can
EMS
see.
on channel 7, ask if they can come.
Sorry, I thought we were the
6.
channel 7.
Yes, we are channel 7. Yes, apologies.
That's all.
Channel 6 is EMS.
I'm not
and
a doctor,
doctors,
so
go ahead
someone
and
else
call
can
them up
answer
on
that.
Channel 6. And then we
I don't want to know what they do in here. We try and stay far clear of this room.
secure the inmate.
Oh, Wolf does.
Um,
Yes, there you go.
Whether they are, completely conscious, talking to you
There's your
fine, and they
answer.
just need a checkup, or they are completely knocked out, whatever's going on with them, you will still need to secure them by restraining their wrists at the very minimum. If they're obviously being unruly or anything like that, then you go ahead and get them fully restrained and just get them in here. Also, with that note, you
Want to
will
bring
search
Carl
them before
back.
they come in here, meaning search them while they're still
You're
in
something
Gen
else,
Pop.
Cam.
You don't search them like just because they got in here. We want to make sure that they don't have anything that's going to harm somebody or contraband that they might try to tuck away for the safety of the medical provider. Once they get in here, you will transition their cuffs from their wrists to the bed so that they can get a full checkup. After that, they do their whole spiel with medical, whatever it is. You redo the cuffs to their wrists. You bring them back out, and you search them one last time to make sure they didn't get any contraband during the situation. Nothing was smuggled to them, given to them,
Look at
or
that.
just stolen in general.
Medical's doing wonders.
Then you let them go be free again in the wild. Escorting medical in here is a whole path that I will show you.
It's such a dumb zoom. It's like the
But they
Mr.
do
Bean
not go
movie.
through Gen Pop at any time. We do not let any civilians enter Gen Pop at any time. We have a separate path that they go through to get here. Okay.
Or just like, how we weren't supposed to go through it earlier.
Yeah, but actually serious this time.
But serious.
Even I wouldn't bring a doctor through Gen Pop.
Drag say it.
Yeah, like that would be like I'll go the other way type thing,
Makes
because
sense.
you're working
Its
here,
lips is
and I can
barely
defend
open.
you pretty readily. But a doctor comes through, that's a whole different liability thing. So, also, we just want to make sure we take care of them. They are, when they're here
Trash
to
can.
help us. We help them out as much as we can. They help us out. We take care of our doctors. Okay.
Makes sense.
Cool. Alrighty, through here. As soon as there we go. Alrighty, to our right here. This is where our medical storage is. Okay, obviously kept very clean and tidy. So over here is where we keep, oh my god, all of our medicine. Obviously, unless you are a doctor or have been authorized or given permission to administer a medication to an inmate, you don't touch it. Normally pills is fine. It just
I
gets
don't know,
documented
dog. They look
in
all
our
over the
medicine
fucking thing for
cabinet
me.
folder.
That's the same one
Other
I
than
put in the
that, though,
chat
we
like
have
a couple days
doctors
ago.
that work in our department that are usually taking care of those things.
Ooh,
And
keep
it'll
the
all
gaming
be in a
PC.
report that's very easy to read to know who has what prescriptions and everything like that when they need it.
Sheesh. Floppy
And the
drive.
like. But yeah, we keep all of our medical equipment in here. This is
Broken.
also where doctors can perform tests or anything that they might need
Stay
to
on
do.
top.
Yeah, very easy. Just let them or direct them to this area if they need to do a blood test or they need to check on a scan, whatever it is. Okay.
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 We're gonna pretend like we don't know the locks are broken.
With that being done, we'll now go take a look at Gen Pop, and then on the way back is how we swing back through the motor pool. So wonderful. Alrighty. So here's the yard. Obviously, this is pretty much our bread and butter area. This is where the inmates will be often, conducting their business, walking around labs, counting bricks, gardening, planting, anything it is that they do to keep themselves occupied. We've got the sand pit over there, where, as you can see, are some lovely sand sculptures. And
Get
through
close
that
to the
way
commenting on the
is the
Scottish
security
flags.
offices.
There's a
That's
guy
just a
waving at
separate
us.
entrance. Yeah, I believe that's Benji Carter. He's a lifer here currently. We can say hi and chat with him a little bit later, but I want to make sure we get this done with you first. So sand
Okay.
pit right there for all of the sculptures and such. Court for things. We'll stop by the garden. We'll do this first. We'll do the cafeteria first, and then we'll swing over to the cell blocks. I'll probably just show you cell block 6 because that's the one that's used most often, because why not? All right, up here.
Actually, really easy to lock the doors.
I know there's a word for this, but I can't remember what it is. But I'll just say it's the upper level of the cafeteria. So whenever we're having something that's going on, or if we just need to just do a general patrol, say if there's a lot of inmates down there for whatever reason, you can always come up here. It's a secure area that they don't have access to. And it's just good for oversight.
You guys been doing like the karaoke or something once with the microphone.
So that's for the we used to have court trials in here. And they would they would sit there and do a whole trial there, and we would have to pull massive security on it, and the judge would be up there at that table. So
What a
yep,
weird
it
place
was
to do a court.
yeah.
Hey
It,
pirate, how's it
it
going?
got a pretty decent reception, though, aside from all the inmates trying to do terrible things, but whatever.
There's a helicopter going overhead and I can hear it. It's making my ears go do 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 do.
And so this is the cafeteria. This
horrible.
is a good place for
Like really low.
tasking out inmates for
Look at
cleaning,
this guy.
especially, you know, there's so many surfaces to just shine and sweep and mop. And hi, Ernesto. This is Ernesto. He takes care of the inmates and their food. He has been known to potentially serve up some food poisoning every now and then. So just make sure you keep an eye on him, and if the stomach or if the inmates start talking about like upset stomachs
Look
and
at this
stuff, we
guy.
might have to do another
Look
search
at this
again.
guy.
So
Okay.
yeah. When we actually get it up and running, what is that? Is that a note? Huh. What is this?
What are you looking at?
Just like a little note.
I ain't seen anything.
Huh. Interesting. Anyways, that's the kitchen. Whenever we get it a little bit more up and running,
The plan
we'll
is
be
this
able
character is
to
also just gonna gaslight Jay.
serve food from there as well. All
That's
right, so
a
this is
whole
the
thing.
back area, obviously, for the kitchen. And here is our general storage room for dry goods, anything that's in bags, boxes, cans, you name it. This is Farmer Jed. He is who supplies us with all of our seeds, all of our
So
goodies for
he's
farming
so
and the like.
demented.
Anyone that buys seeds and stuff for our garden gets reimbursed.
Just a character
So
to
that
grief
works out
Jay.
pretty well.
Yeah,
If you
pretty
ever
much.
have that situation where you are reimbursing or you are getting seeds, all you have to do is just send a message to me, and I'll get that reimbursed for you. Yeah, you have to lock both of these doors separately.
Okay.
Here we are in the kitchen. All of the knives obviously stay locked to the block. We don't just let them out willy-nilly.
Shiny.
Everything is tied down appropriately. You just might have
Other
to
than this
remind the
one,
inmates of
that one.
You can make food here. You can make drinks. This is our storage refrigerator for any of our ingredients that we might use.
There's nothing to make here.
And yeah, it's good. When we actually get it up and running, it'll be a lot better. But for now, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. And here is our meat storage and also
Oh,
apparently apples and oranges.
I don't think they should be in with the meat.
You know what? Let me just. I feel like they should be. Maybe that'll help it be a little bit better in here if it's all cut up.
That was some quick cut.
Yeah, I'm
good with a
looking
knife.
at it. I'm good. You know what? They can go back.
You uncut?
I just put them back together. It's fine.
Oh, like a bit of tape, they'll be fine.
Yeah. Let me just make sure they're all good. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Let's see if Spotify's back up yet.
I don't know how I feel about just a whole deer. Just
Tape them back together.
you
I
any
mean,
good at butchering or?
I mean, a little bit. I spend a lot of time on a ranch.
Show me how you are at butchering.
Okay. So you mainly wanna, start separating the limbs first, because they kind of get in the way.
Uh-huh,
So,
right.
you
Yeah,
start with your legs. Just you're basically cutting along the line where it kind of meets up. Same
the
with
line. There's a line, like a
so
seam.
yeah. You see how it like sticks out a bit on the back leg where its ass is.
No, I don't see it from this angle, but I can imagine.
It's quite pronounced from here.
Uh-huh.
You just
Okay.
kind of follow that. I mean, it comes quite off easy. From
The
there,
ass?
no, the leg. Well, technically, yes.
Like a haunch.
It's like the
right?
whole leg, and your
I
ass
think the
is like
haunch is the
2 legs.
part of is like the thick part of the leg. Right?
Yeah,
Okay. So technically yes. Kind of ass.
and then we want to separate the most of the meat from the bones in the middle here.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty skilled at what I do. I've been doing it many a year.
You've really condensed that meat down. That's impressive.
The spares, they just stay on the hooks. We ain't ready for them yet.
What cuts of meat are those from the deer?
That's you ever had a like a sirloin steak?
Yes.
It's a very similar cut. I fucking know.
I'll be honest, I don't even know like what part of like an animal the sirloin is. I guess loin, but like I don't know what because it's not SUR, it's SIR. Because if it was like sirloin, I would guess it's like lower loin or something,
So
or like a behind loin.
it's like, okay, so think of, well, I'm gonna obviously just find a cow here because it's a bit more easier.
Uh-huh.
So you think like where its neck meets its body, that's like the
That's
chuck.
nowhere near the loin.
No, so I'm going through the whole thing here.
Oh, okay.
You might as well, learn some of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
So roughly
Maybe you
where,
can you like use like a chicken as like a diagram?
they're a bit small. It's gonna be difficult. I mean, is there any other deers back here anywhere?
Maybe you could probably pull it out.
What's this down here?
Oh, there was
Would you look at that?
just a whole deer down there. I'm not gonna question how long these deers have been in here, but you know what? Okay, so
So we're
Tell
gonna
me.
we're gonna ignore the legs. Imagine the legs aren't there. So you see
Okay,
where
so
its
just-
neck meets its body?
yes.
That area, like just before like the main of the ribs, that's your chuck. And then a bit below that, that's your
Okay.
brisket.
Wait, a bit below that. Are you talking like
So
behind it
no,
or
no.
like
So
lower?
so below. Let me come around this side. So your chuck is from about here to here. And then below that bit, towards the belly, is your brisket. Now then there's your shanks. That's like the thighs, basically. Like the top of the legs.
Sorry, can you point that out again?
So the shanks, it's like the top of the leg. Like the thigh.
Uh-huh.
Obviously on a cow, they're much smaller. Roughly about where
Alright.
the belly is. That's your plate.
Plate?
Yeah, it's called the plate. I don't know
Why?
why. It just is.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I didn't
Well, I
name any
guess
of
that,
these,
yeah.
unfortunately. Whereas the ass would
Unfortunately.
be called the ass.
Well,
It's so fucking dumb.
I think technically, I don't know why they give it different names. Yeah.
Well, here's one that makes a lot of sense. The rib is the rib cage.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
But just the rib.
yeah, like the entire, yeah, it's just called rib. Like if you get a
Well, I
rib
guess
off
we'd
an
just say you
animal,
get like a platter of ribs would be like, you know.
oh yeah, it's several of them.
Got you. Okay.
Now go and just where the ribs end.
Mm-hmm.
That's your short loin.
Could it be longer?
There is not. I mean, it's quite a big area. It's the width of it's
Uh-huh.
quite short.
So not girthy.
Not girthy at all. Pretty short, pretty thin.
And they can't make it girthier.
No, so there's a bit that goes into the short loin. I'm looking at a picture of
Okay.
a cow.
But like, then why couldn't they just have it be more of a loin? Why did they make it short?
Maybe that's all they had to work. Because so below the loin is your flank.
But couldn't that have just been a continuation of the loin?
But that's like, could the whole bottom of it not be the plate? Instead of
Yeah,
having the
that too.
brisket, the
Yeah,
plate, and the flank? No,
I
it's
agree.
these weird butchers, man. The voices changed
You
there a
know
bit.
them?
No,
Oh wow, you are
I need to
really.
get
Okay.
behind here to better
That's-
point out.
I
So
mean, I know what the ass is.
I'm not.
Freeman.
No, I'm not doing the. No, the ass is there. That's
Uh-huh.
we're not doing the ass. So a bit between the short loin and the ass, right on the top here, right about where I am now.
Oh God.
That's where
you
your
are all
sirloin
up in
is.
that meat.
No, I'm on the table. I'm on the table. I'm making sure to stay clear. I don't want to contaminate. Yeah, we're not doing the ass.
Mhm.
Blazing the kayak 2025. So that's
So
that
what are
bit we
you-
were talking about.
what
The
are you- I was
sirloin
gonna
is
say,
about
what-
here.
Okay.
Where I
Right
am.
about there, like where the it connects with like the tummy, or
Yeah,
like
so
you're
like,
talking about like the backer area.
so like end of tummy, then but like towards the top.
So okay, so you have short loin.
Short loin's
And-
about here.
So there are more loin.
Yes, is your sirloin.
Plural.
Yeah, so there's your short loin, which we described here. The sirloin, which is at the top here. And then below that, but it also kind of stabs into the short loin. Again, don't ask me why. Is the tenderloin?
What the hell?
It's just a tender. It's just a tenderer part of the loin.
So there is more loin.
There's more loin, but it's not the more short loin.
S'more?
There's also the top sirloin, which weirdly is below the sirloin.
That's what I was wondering. A sirloin sounds like it could be. Oh my
Ugh,
God.
It's slippy.
Yes. Yeah. It's a lot of.
I might be stuck. There we go.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
I don't-
okay. That was on the table. Now, so below the top
Uh-huh.
loin. Now, this is why it's called the top loin. See, I was leading you on a bit. It's because then there's the bottom loin. So it's bottom loin, top loin, tenderloin, sirloin. From bottom to top. I'm going to be tucked into a butcher's class.
I feel like I've learned so much.
And then there's the
Freeman,
ass, which is called the round.
Yeah, because it's round.
Exactly.
So where was I getting haunch from? Because I feel like that was a term that gets used too.
I ain't entirely sure. It might be a
Huh.
different animal.
Maybe. Like it's like it's on its rear haunches or something like that. It's like what I've always. It's whatever.
But
Yeah.
hey, you know, that's your different parts of an animal. We'll leave
Well,
this here
thank
for
you.
someone
You know,
else.
that was very educational, and I
Good old rump.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we really got to.
It's also pretty cold in here, so
Yes, it is. Well, I mean, as it should be for this. I don't know what we do with those.
I don't know
heads.
about
It's
that
fine.
actually.
It's fine. It's fine.
Not teetering on the border, so technically it's fine.
It's okay. Yeah, exactly. It's okay.
It's,
All right. This
it's-
exit out here leads to the motor pool area again, but we will check that out when we're coming back.
it's so fucking stupid.
Hello.
Howdy.
You want to tell him a bit about the cell blocks while we're going over there? Occupy some of your time. You can give him the down low.
Down here.
Nice. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Howdy. My name's Warden Freeman. I'm new around here.
Nice to meet you. I'm Benji.
Nice to meet you,
Apparently one of
Benji.
the lifers.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
you know, you're around here quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bolingbrook is his current home.
This
Well,
is
who
my.
knows? It always will be.
You never know.
Never know. We'll go ahead and just do a tour of
No,
6.
the
Since all
code!
of the major
The
ones look the
code!
same, but that one is at least, you know, the most interesting and also the most fickle and finicky. And every time I walk in there, there's something different.
Interesting.
Yeah, but to our right is the garden. I usually try to make sure I clock on and unlock that for people to be able to utilize throughout the day. This is wall 7. And on this side of wall 7, we have some recreational activities with darts.
Oh, no,
Definitely,
dangerous.
it's just, you know, Velcro.
Velcro
Not the
dots.
proper
Now
dart.
I've heard everything.
It's just, you know,
Good old
Velcro
darts.
on the dartboard, and then the
Lots of
tip
fun.
is Velcro as well.
The tip is Velcro.
It's like child friendly.
But I'm sure someone.
I can't
I
repeat
mean,
that one.
technically, anything here could get stuck into somebody's eyeball. So
Over me.
hasn't
me
happened
and
yet.
Fresh the
So
Warden
we'll see.
Castle. Exactly,
We
dude.
don't want it to happen either, because
Although you beat me, but just
That is
about.
true. Then you would lose the darts, but.
Yeah.
But then again, someone might whine enough that it's a group punishment for, you know, oh, someone just lost an eyeball, but you don't have to take it out on all of us. Well,
I don't know. I mean, if the darts are missing because they're in someone, it sounds like, you know, they were the ones that took it, not us.
that is true. That is true.
Them
But
and
then it's
their
just like,
Velcro
if we
tips.
take it away, what if that person that got the dart in the eyeball is like, you know, really a big fan of darts, and now we just took away like their thing that they like. So,
Well, now they
you know.
probably ain't gonna have very good depth perception,
Yeah.
and probably ain't gonna be very good.
Well, the whole point is that even, you know, maybe even starting at a worse position, you can still get places. So that's what this place is
True.
all about. Yeah. Okay, before we ever go into any cell block, we obviously we don't make inmates have to do this. They can just walk around wherever they want. We always call out over radio that we are heading into a cell block so that others are aware. We do this by saying our call sign. And since you have me, it would be +1 is entering cell block, whichever cell block it is you're entering. This is 6, our lifer cell block. So we'll have you practice with it. Go ahead and using that kind of guide that I just said right now, go ahead and call out that we're entering the
so
cell block.
I do my my call sign, and then like plus
Mhm.
you.
You can just say +1 if, and also +195 since we're going in with an inmate. So +1
95?
+195.
I don't
I'll make
know.
that.
Charlie 77. Enter in cell block 6 +1 +195.
Beautiful. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and go in.
That way, if you get jumped, they at least know who's with you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not who. They would just know there was someone.
Yeah. But they'd
If
know
there's
that
if
there
you know
was
that
an
one
inmate and there
life is
was
around.
one other officer there. Also, just a heads up with these cell blocks. We always say enter with 2. Don't come in here alone unless it's like some extension, like what's the word for it? Exigent circumstance. Yes.
Shit's hitting the fan.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to, you know, just a good enough reason that you need to come in here alone. If you're just coming in here to say hi, no, that's not a good enough reason to come in here alone.
Nope.
You can just be out there. Okay. Anyways, I'll let you give the tour for this place, Benji. You can give him the down low of how it works in the cell blocks and what's
Yeah,
to know.
no one ever enters that
Welcome to
load.
my home.
Oh, thank you for inviting me into your home.
Oh no, I would never invite anyone in here. This is a shithole.
Oh, damn.
Is still
But-
better than cell block
This is-
7.
Yeah, cell block 7's the worst shithole. Actually, I've
No
never
one
been in 5,
ever
so I don't know what
enters it
that's like.
alone.
That's pretty clean. There's not many people that
We
go
would
there.
never go in here on our own
But it's also
99% of the
crazy,
time because
so-
there's either no one
Yeah,
else around or we
well,
don't
dude,
give
the
a
cra-
fuck anymore.
Alright, up above here, you have your nice little guard watch box.
Ooh, fancy.
Personally, I think that we can get too close to the guard box. I don't know how strong the glass is, but if we ever get anything to break the glass, it's a risk.
I know it looks pretty
It's
thick.
It's double layered. And
You can
it's,
see
it's
like
thick.
you can see like the outline up there.
Oh yeah, no, I see it. Yeah,
Yeah. Thick
I don't know
with
what his-
3 C's.
I don't know what his name is yet. He hasn't really talked much, but
Well, that's Romeo.
it's Romeo. Okay,
Romeo,
Romeo's like
Juliet.
half qualified tattoo artist, I guess you could say.
He was the only one that was qualified enough that we actually gave him the supplies for. So that people would stop getting infections. Because they were
and
going to
even
keep
then-
doing it regardless.
Yeah,
sometimes you still
Romeo
get
and
infections,
then
but
Juliet's in the
they're not-
showers.
They're not bad.
Yeah, but now we have a better medical team for it. You know, it's great. It all works out.
We're all doubled up in each one of these cells. Most people get to have their own cell, but if it ever gets packed enough in here, we're doubled up. This way, there's this area here that I'm not allowed in, the security area. I
Right.
don't actually know what's behind this door. I assume some sort of security.
Hmm. It's okay. We will go through that after.
Come down through here.
I'm trying to stand close to
We
the
have a
things
book
to make
return
noise.
section. We
Ooh,
return any books that we borrow.
there's plenty of books.
And we have a little commissary here that, if we're lucky enough, we may get a notepad or maybe a nice outside meal if we're super lucky. If we've been good little tenants for a long enough period of time.
Makes sense.
Not often. Sorry.
Sorry, I said it makes sense.
Yeah. We don't get this very often, but when we do, it's a luxury. So people tend not to fuck up.
Here we can do a small detour here. Freeman, you can come in through here, this door. We have access to this door with our key cards.
Swap it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh. Hi, guys.
Oh.
Oh, you're in here now.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna. I think it's okay. Anyways, over in here in this shelving area, we have this is where we store our extra stuff.
Oh, there we go.
For commissary. Should we need? Eventually, we're gonna move
Another
over the other stuff,
build,
but we still just need to get it up and rolling a little bit more. But yeah, that's pretty much the only reason for this. Once we actually start getting the
Because of
testing program
redwoods.
going, we'll probably keep that stocked a little bit more, and then they can actually utilize it themselves. to be
All
able to
fat,
do it.
all flavor. Okay, makes sense. I've never actually looked what's in the fridges.
Let's head back out.
Our room is all funky.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Okay. Get around.
Now, if we come into our library here,
Why are you erring?
so we have a bit of nice, quiet. I guess you could call it study time. We're allowed to come in here whenever, just read up on some books. We don't really have access to computers, but reading passes the time in here.
Makes sense when you got a little plant in the corner too.
Yeah. I don't know if don't know the last time they were awarded, so I think they're fake.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's a bit of scenery.
It's nice in here.
A little shank in the
A little quiet area, yes.
As a library should be. Or a little shank in the
Place
books.
to hide
Should
from the
be.
riffraff that live in.
The best part is you can.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Warden
7 is
Freeman
the
doesn't know
temp
that.
cell block, just so you have context.
Okay.
People that are in and out more frequently.
And it's pretty much the same upstairs as it is downstairs. It's just nothing but cells.
Checks out. Hello, Romeo.
Then we have our phones. I don't know the difference between these and any other phones, but they're there's
I guess
they're just the
bit of
same.
privacy.
Yeah,
Well,
you just get a
then
little bit more
visitation.
freedom in here. Yeah.
then we have our lockers just at the entrance that we passed through before.
Yep.
People
Oh.
hide dumb shit in there if they're idiots. And they get sent to
Yeah.
the shoe.
Yeah.
And the last thing is our little calendar over there.
He's
It
missed the
gives us what's
showers.
going on for the month.
But what
Recently
about
there
the
was-
most important area?
There's an area back there?
Oh my goodness.
Oh
I
my
guess I'll
God.
get to show you something today. So back here we have the shower room.
Oh, yeah, it's unlocked.
Yes, it's unlocked. Yes, of course.
Is
We
that
have to
Mr.
let them
Garrett?
guys be able to take showers.
Oh my
And
god! I
here
didn't
we
have
have,
to
and then here we have Juliet, who will take care of all of your hair and body needs. She yeah, no, she's quite
That sounded
excelled
awful.
at it. She's had to deal with lice cases many a times at this point as well. So if you ever
All your hair and body needs. J Skiba,
there's a few people
2025.
that get it way more often than they should. I don't even know how. I think they just like
The
smuggle it in.
the
at this
Skeeper,
point,
everyone.
just to
hang
have
on
it.
the temps, and then the temps give it to
Oh,
me.
you're right. Yeah. Maybe we should probably need to hose people down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we
But-
have the like showers in the beginning of intake, but people just.
I'm never showering at intake again if I know this is here. These look so much
Oh
cleaner. than
yeah,
at
no,
intake.
these ones are meant for you guys. So go ahead and use these ones. Yeah, this is the
Storage
point.
pipe.
But yeah, so that's pretty much the cell block.
Pro tip, even if you have someone with you here, don't ever follow anyone into the shower alone. You don't know how
Yes,
many are
yeah,
gonna be in
yeah.
there.
Yeah, that
I mean, I
makes
wasn't gonna
sense.
say it out loud, you know, just
I don't
to
remember which ones
poke at
the
it too
owners
much,
is,
but yeah,
unfortunately.
obviously, anything in any of these enclosed spaces, make sure you're
Um,
leaving a decent amount of space so you can get your bearings and not be caught off.
Wasn't it
There's
like
a
one of
lot
the ones up there?
corners, etc. And the whole point is, you know, we come into these places expecting to be able to assist where we can and everything like this, but there are
You're
going
not
to be
alone when
people that
Juliet's in
want
there,
to do
apparently.
bad things to us. It's
That is
just the
disgusting,
nature
I'm
of
sorry.
this job.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Yep, you've got people who are just, you know,
I feel filthy
aggravated
for
for
saying
whatever
that.
reasons, or are here and are at a certain limit with their emotions. So we expect
There was
heightened
someone here
emotions here.
yesterday.
Yeah.
One yesterday attacked the guard for no reason. The guard was being nice, showing them, you know, some of the woodworking place, and
Mhm.
they attacked him.
That's
Yeah,
fucked
their
up.
reason was they don't like cops. So
That's
I-
stupid.
I had to
'cause we ain't
explain.
even cops.
I explained that. I did.
There's no
Yeah,
report on that.
Yeah.
Shame on
happens, but
you.
again, yeah, you know, we wear a uniform, we enforce rules. There's going to be opposition, but as long as we, you know, let them have their respectful space and they give us, you know, the same respect back, then there's nothing wrong. We need to live together here. So, especially since this is their home. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Bench. You can feel free to tag along for the Gen Pop areas if you want. I mean, that's
Yeah.
fine. We also
Keep
do
me
the same
occupied.
thing when we are leaving. We call out the same thing, but just leaving, depending on who you have with you, if you want to give that a go.
Charlie77 +1 +195 exiting. Numbers is 6.
Yes. Perfect.
Which
You're a
number is
natural.
this? Hell yeah. Why is there this Scottish flag here? I noticed
So
that.
that's in honor of our former deputy warden, McTavish. This is Little Scotland. And I did have to grease up the pole like a long time ago because there was a guy that kept climbing it up on it. And so if you ever come around here, sometimes the pole is
Oh,
greased. So
it's
just, you know,
it's
don't,
flying now.
just
There's
don't mess
wind.
with it. Because honestly, every time I have to like set people to work to go do it so that they'll stop fucking with the flag, it's a real hassle having to like drag the grease over from a storage room, and then I have to actually sit and make sure they don't like break their neck or something falling off while doing this. And
Yeah.
having a tag team of the two pirates actually worked out really well for this. They really liked climbing the pole. So
like a mast for them. You know, they get to sit at the top and look out
Yeah, I
over.
think
Yeah,
it just
little
reminded them
crow's
of their days
nest.
on a ship. Yeah, like it worked out well, but I don't always have them, so.
And
they're
back
not
that we
always
hold
accessible.
everywhere. We will go to
Okay, so
war.
as you can see, that was 6. The cell block to our east, northeast, is cell block 7, and then the one down there is 5. And as you can see in the far distance at the
7,
very
6,
end
5.
of this yard is 4. 4 is
4.
separate from 7, 6, and 5, though. 4 is what we use for our recreation or just different activities for inmates when they
I'm not
are
on like I'm not on
doing
beta build,
work
so I
or
think I
good
can use FOV
behavior or
commands.
anything of the like.
Who's making a
I actually
pool?
have a question.
I
Yeah,
tried
what's up?
the pool.
What's
months
in 1,
ago.
2, and 3?
There's
Drugs.
so technically, right? Like it's not Gen Pop, right? Because it's not a part of that area. Realistically, it should be. We dabbled with the idea of
Like somebody stop. I'll
barracks,
see if I can get the
or something
Ooh.
for guards, if they need to be stationed overnight or anything like that. But right now they're kind of just not utilized. You can come in if you want. That's fine. So this is our garden.
can get the
This is
FOV
where
commands.
we grow or have inmates grow vegetables and produce for our food truck, our community service food truck that we utilize. That is also good for, say, people that want to work off fines, work off time in the prison, or just in general be able to get out, do something a little bit different. It also teaches them some
Think it's
job
this.
skills, some social skills, all kinds of good stuff. We utilize this
But you can't
crate
do
for
fucking-
stocking the seeds and having them put in there. From there, typically it's lifers that are, that's our main goal with this area, is for lifers to be able to do this since they have the most time here. So we kind of give them,
So annoying.
The main goal of privilege is the lifers to be able to utilize this when they'd like to and help out. But anybody that comes through can absolutely
stop the
utilize
pool.
this
We'll
to either
replace the
work
sand
off
with
time or
concrete.
just recreation. Over here we have a few more things that can have some stuff stored in them.
Why is there just like a dirty toilet? Looks like it's been you. That's disgusting.
I did have a guy. I think I don't remember. I don't think he used. Maybe he used his teeth to take a dead rat out of there one time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was gross, but
Oh.
I think it's
POV,
because
you
I told him
can't
to
get to the
clean
porta
it. And for
potties
some
there.
reason, that's what he decided to do. So technically, I didn't tell him to to like do that with his mouth. He just did. Anyways, this is a DOC cooler. This is one that is pin coded to just us. If we need to keep anything a little bit more secure here, but have it
You tell well.
readily accessible for
No,
us.
because that's
in
just
the garden.
fertilizer, isn't it? Okay,
And
okay.
that's pretty much it.
What doodles in the second?
I mean, if you want to plant some stuff, I can always just put out a message saying, "Hey, we're gonna have some stuff planted. You can go ahead and take out the truck sometime soon."
Yeah, you don't
So,
need to shit in the toilet. Just shit in
yeah,
the crops. It'll help them grow.
It's pretty much just
The
like
mess.
you want to come to us and say, "Hey, I'm interested in this," and then we can get it all ready. And be able to say, "Hey, we have people that are interested." We'll put out a time on that calendar then. If you
I'm
have
going
a
to-
specific time or anything that would be best for you this upcoming week, or
For the next like 72
Hey,
hours, probably is probably the best.
Open.
time.
How do I open?
Hey.
Any time within the 72 hours.
how about this?
Then yes.
We can shoot
And,
for what's the day today? The 16th.
This was the reference image I was using.
That actually works out pretty well. Let me make sure that I'm not
With the butcher shit.
double-booking anything first. Because I know that Elena wanted to do something earlier in the day with the food truck and actually
So
be
you
able to
guys
be
get to
around for
see-
stuff. So is around this time something that's good for you?
Oh,
See what I was bullshitting with.
Okay. What about like 11 Eastern? But that's still so like 45 minutes earlier from now. Is that still okay with you?
Yep, yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Okay, how about we do?
Never someone calls you out, never quit the axe. Well, being a butcher.
Come on, where the frick is this thing?
Bullshit your way for everything. Dog, I do that anyway. That's
So
just
good at
me.
paying attention to my messages.
I'll just put that in May's DMs.
We're gonna tentatively. Yes, Friday at 11. Would that work for you?
Friday at 11? Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Wait for my
We'll,
water
we'll
bottle.
have that tentative. I'll put that out. But if I just need to make sure I check and
I
make sure
love
that
it because
there
I can
isn't,
play
an
completely dumb
onboarding
during the
slot right in
onboarding
the middle
because
of that.
Chad
I
never
think the onboarding
like
on that
told
day
me to
is
read
really
the
early in the
onboarding
morning,
stuff.
and that tomorrow is the one that's around that time. So I just need to go check.
So I just get
I'll
I
be
get to
awake
chill.
for this time today and tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. So I mean, I'll be around either way.
Okay, yeah, I can't do Saturday, but I can help out on Thursday or Friday. So I'll put it out, let them know that you're available around this time for food truck, and I'll see if I can get any bites for it. If not, then I'll just let you know and put it up on the calendar.
Awesome, thank you.
Cool. Alrighty.
I'm gonna plant them.
So there you go. See, now we have some things going, and that's kind of just how it works. We kind of just talk it out and then make plans and then go for it. So
Makes sense.
even if it's just one person, you know, the whole point is to be able to just get some things going for people so that they can get to a better place. That's what we're here for. So over here we have the scrap yard.
I have. Well, I'm gonna
Deputy
say
Wardenscaper.
damn phone calls. Damn technology.
He is. Can I ask who this is? Alrighty, I will let him know. Benji! You've got a visitor, Ivy Ravenwine.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, scrapyard. They can, you know, burn. Also, you said you were saying something, and then I got called.
Why is there a scrapyard in a prison?
Yes, you know. Okay, so there's different things that you got to touch on with inmates, right? You've got, you know, kind of like a.
I always
like
leave this
a
unlocked.
mental
I'm not one of these
recreation
people that
over
goes
there. It's
locking
kind
it.
of physical with like the planting and stuff, right? But it's not really like exertion, you know? It's more so like a calming thing by gardening. This is for people that need to work off some stress with a little bit more physicality to it. So they can just come in
So good.
with no tools, but we
There's
can
no
also
point having
sign
it here
out
if it's
tools
always
to them.
locked.
Say if we need to, you know, get some scrap from that van, we can, you know, get a. Trying to think of something that actually would help break that down that you just swing at it. You know, honestly, depending on who it is, I could even just sign out a
Make your own
sledgehammer
cell
to
block
one
as
of
well.
them and just have them go to town to let off some steam, you know? The whole point of this place is just... Yeah, just let it out. And maybe eventually we'll be able to shift some of these materials to something a
build on
little
top of
bit
the cell
more
block.
productive than just, you know,
Like 6 and then
but,
like 6 premium.
we've got, you know, wood. You know, we've got logs.
More breaks for
which we can
Cora's
chop
neck?
up and
Exactly.
Get those all sawed
I
down
mean,
to boards,
who's
and
Cora?
that can go to our,
What's a Cora?
you know, our woodworking area where they make things
Okay.
with that. You know, we've got the
Yes.
rubber here, and also, you know, the bricks and the metal from the van. We've got a metalworking area as well, and obviously rubble like this, which, you know, probably just came from like, you know, maybe a demolished building or something like that. We help have them break it apart, separate it, so that we can then get it put into these piles and be able to be utilized correctly. So it all does kind of come back together, but I will be honest, the most main reason that people want to come in here is they just need to blow off steam. So we can at
The
least
main
put it
reason
to
is
a
here.
beneficial use.
The main reason is there.
But be warned, they will sometimes try to pocket the bricks.
Yeah, that
And
ain't...
they will try to throw it at you.
Well, that's not so nice.
And it can just break your nose or give you a concussion or straight up kill you. So
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
yeah, they're not light, and they can
A big
fucking whip that
rock.
shit at you. Yeah, they're strong. You know what? Now the more I think about it, we're kind of just beefing them up to kill us better sometimes. You know, we've got all of this, you know, weight equipment and
Yeah, but that's how they could pour,
exercise
like,
stuff.
poison the
and-
garden and stuff. Kill people.
Yeah, but that goes to like innocent civilians outside, not just us. So they would have to be. Well, there are definitely
Oh, yeah,
psychopaths that
can
would want
kill
to do
you?
that, but the
Can
whole point
confirm.
is they shouldn't have access to something that can poison it to begin with. You know, we got to give at least a little bit
I wonder how
of
you can
some wiggle
confirm.
room there to let them be able to pursue the good things, right? If we just locked it down, assuming that they were always going to do the worst thing every single time, then we would just shove them into max sec and lock the door and throw away the key. So
Makes sense.
yeah, this is yoga. See, so we've got like a variety. We've got some yoga mats. I don't think we've had a yoga class in some time. Usually they put like a little list of things that you can pursue or try to do. Have you ever done yoga?
Oh, I ain't got the flexibility for that.
Well, maybe we can see about that. I mean, you were able to really get up and down the table for the deer. Uh,
So what's the infinite 8?
Oh, you know, I actually wasn't around for the time of
Trying to
this
give
guy.
Jay more
but
opportunities just to bullshit.
I've heard nothing but terrible things about it. I mean, I can only really just say that it's about as much as you would expect here. Psychopathic murderer. You know, serial killer
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
Pretty
there's one there,
sure.
they didn't even, there's some of these 8s, they ain't finished.
It kind of looks like a fish. I was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
wondering if they were fish. I'm not sure.
It's either an unfinished 8 or a fish.
It
Maybe
could
they
be
were
connected
hungry.
to Fish the dog. Actually, like that could be like a not a subliminal, but like a subtle way of them, you know, saying Fish is connected to the Infinity Killer.
Oh, the
So
dog be connected to killers.
because he's a demon, that one in particular, specifically that one.
How
That
come?
dog is not okay. He has literally murdered people.
What the fuck?
That dog has shot a gun before. That dog is not normal. That is a very specific demon dog. So, him potentially being connected in some whatever way to this killer would not be surprising to me. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
Over here we have some, you know, boxing, punching bags. Wow.
they're very shiny. Are they metal?
No. Oh, just it's real sunny out here in the desert. Probably just sun bleached. Show me what you got. Show me what you got.
I'm gonna fuck this one up.
Oh wow, wow.
Swing and a miss.
Oh my god, wow.
Yeah, take that bag.
You really are just winding up that right arm for it. Wow.
If you can't tell, I'm of the right-handed.
Well, yeah. Do you ever use your left?
Yeah, for holding stuff.
But not punching. So that's
Oh.
just right. Do you have like one bigger bicep than the other, or?
I've never really looked. Don't pay too much
Hmm.
attention. Probably.
Well, just know we don't give exceptions to the uniform, so I won't pay for any alterations you have to make.
So I can't have like one short sleeve, one long sleeve.
No, never. Anyways, this is the exercise area. People just work off some stress, and they grunt a lot in here, just so you know. It's actually really unsettling how much they grunt, but
I mean, there's a gym, it checks out.
Huh?
The gym, it checks out. People do that.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like uncomfortable grunting.
Is there a comfortable grunting?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna demonstrate it.
Good choice, good choice.
Charlie 23 +1 entering cell block 4. You can go ahead and lock these behind us since we're not letting people in right now. We keep all the doors in here unlocked though. Just the main doors are closed. So this is cell block 4. This is our metalworking area where hopefully we'll be able to get license plate making going. Now we've got a welding mask. We've got all the tools that they'll need: gloves, aprons, etc. Everything that they could possibly need, we do have here available for them.
And someone built a whole damn ass engine.
Yeah, we've got some really talented people that are here with us. Yeah, you just never know what you're gonna get with people. Some people, you know, can barely even like make a hole in a metal. Anyway, some people are really good at what they do, but you know, and if we've got mufflers, and I think that's just another. I don't know what that is.
That wasn't a muffler. It isn't the exhaust.
Oh, exhaust, right? I thought muffler and exhaust was the same thing.
No,
Is
a
that not?
muffler, it comes before your exhaust.
God damn it! Whatever.
But some
Does it
people, they
muffle
just
the
don't have them.
exhaust?
Yeah, it's
That's
to make
what
it quieter.
is.
But some people, they
Gotcha.
don't use them. They just have like one straight pipe.
Gotcha. Those are the assholes.
Yeah, they scare my cattle.
You have cattle?
Oh, on a family ranch, yeah.
I just mean like, I didn't know if you maybe still had cattle that were like
No,
they
we still
live.
have the family ranch. I'm just
Okay.
obviously not there as much now.
I see. So you travel.
Yeah.
Got you. So this is the laundry room.
Yeah, I should jump up there. It's unreal.
Another place where we can put them to work. They can fold all of these towels, etc. They can utilize the washing and drying machines.
How long have we been doing
back
this
here
for?
as well as where they store the towels.
It was like
We're
3
hoping
p.m.
one
we
day
started.
to be able to have
2 hours in.
this be a centralized facility for, say, government uniforms and such, so that we can help take care of those and be able to ship them out weekly for people so that they can be able to have their stuff all clean, or maybe be able to utilize like a dry cleaning program that runs through. Hopefully. And then right through here is the woodworking area. As you can see, people are actually pretty talented with this as well.
I used to have one that looked like this.
They make all sorts of stuff here. It's honestly pretty sick. A lot of it, we're hoping we have a good bit of it stockpiled as well now. But we're hoping we'll be able to ship it out to the housing market. You know, people at some point. Maybe a furniture store is what we'll be able to export to. So
I like how the chair lets me sit.
yeah,
It
just another
makes
place for
sense.
people. Exactly. There's a lot of opportunity with this, and a lot of chances for the state to be able to make some money. So hopefully they'll understand and follow through with that at some point. And you know, just good for the inmates. Get something to do.
Didn't say exiting.
Perfect.
Didn't say exiting.
With that taken care of. We only have 2 more stops in the general population area. Then the motor pool, and then the tour is good.
And I stand side on.
Alright, in here is our isolation, or the SHU, Special Habitation Units.
The shoe.
Yes, whenever we say we're going to throw someone in the SHU, it's one of these cells, so isolation. These are outdoor cells, very spacious, but completely empty, obviously. These are our
Someone was smoking.
indoor small cells. These are ones that we
Oh, yeah.
kind of we use these ones in particular for the larger offenses. If we think someone needs to just cool off, You know, I'm more inclined to put them in, you know, one of the larger ones that has the fresh air and everything still.
Yeah, that'll cool them off. The cold
Yeah,
air.
you just cool them off in there. If we are particularly not fond of what someone did, we'll put them in one of these guys with the flickering light to kind of drive them crazy.
Is that
You
not
know, it's not the
counterintuitive?
no, it's not the intention to drive them crazy, but it's just to show you don't want to do it again because you don't want to go through this again.
But if you drive them crazy, they're going to end up back here.
Or they'll be driven to obedience.
It's like a coin flip.
Kind of. But that's why it's for like those real specific cases of, say, someone just really cannot stop just beating down every garden site or just does some really disgusting stuff. You know, that's the special cases for these ones. So, yeah, it's all discretion based, anyways. You know, it's all
I only
what,
ever
you
go
know,
for them
floats your
ones.
boat. This one is a completely separate thing, though. We do not use this for isolation. We utilize this for therapy. You know, it's nice. Obviously, this side here is where the doctor will be, so that they have ready access to the door there, and we can let them have the freedom to be able to sit in here. This whole place is soundproofed as well, so that they can have privacy for their sessions. And then in here is the inmate side. They've got a nice couch. They've got an area to sit. And they can be
Nice.
able to talk
Nice
to the
couch.
doctor through the
I don't know about that one,
glass.
Chief.
Yeah, we do lock this whenever the inmate is in, obviously, so that we can let them, you know, be without their cuffs, be able to sit and be comfortable and everything like that. Whenever we follow the same protocol as we would for the med bay for this area. But we escort the inmate in first, get them uncuffed and lock the door first. And then we escort the doctor in, let them in, and then we do the reverse whenever we are done with their session of letting the doctor out first, then letting the inmate out so that they don't have any contact without a wall between them at any time for their safety type thing.
Checks out.
Wonderful. Yeah, take you through here this way because then we can just stop by the intake on the way there. But we will be pretty much out of Gen Pop following this. Okay, so now we're technically in the North Yard part of the prison. You'll be able to see that the whole length of this road comes all the way to here. I'm only going to point it out because it's not a huge deal, but that gated area over there is where our canines stay.
Right.
If you ever want to go over to say hello or something like that, obviously, you know, just discretion with that. The canines are real fucking particular about it, so don't fuck with them unless you are given permission to.
Right.
But they are very adorable. Pyro is a bundle of energy, and the other two seem to be the other two seem to be not in service as much. Who knows why? I guess it's just because Pyro is the newest. Maybe she just needs the most training.
So are the other two like old?
No, they're still completely fit. I think one of them had gained a little bit of weight or something, but it's whatever. So this is intake. Intake is where we bring in, well, inmates. Whenever they're first being processed and they aren't sent up locally, they will come through here. There is a door just on the other side. You probably saw it, but that'll lead you into here. We get their picture taken. We get their DNA from a police officer. Comes down, gets a swab, make sure they have DNA in their profile on their MDW. Make sure their items are seized. If they have any charges that they need read out, it'll be read out there. And then they will be escorted through here. If I could just... There we go.
No, I'm tired.
be escorted into here. This is where all of our inmates come through first. I'm whispering. This is where all of our inmates come through first. And when inmates wake up, the local guards escort them over here every morning to have them go through showers, get changed for the day, and everything like that. So, you ever need to find an inmate and you haven't really been aware, or if they have any incidents where they lose consciousness, the local guards will probably just drag them back here, make sure that they get changed and cleaned
I'll
up
make
and
it for 10
everything
seconds
like
on Spotify.
that. Okay.
This is the first who made it. Makes sense.
The way you said that, I'm not sure if it actually did,
No, it did.
because it kind of sounded like you were in pain almost for that. Like,
No, I ain't in any pain.
are you sure?
I'm 100% sure I'm not in any sort of pain.
Okay, I believe you. Alright, let's go back through. Right. So there are stairwells that lead to the catwalks throughout the north yard,
What's the longest
this
fucking
road,
onboarding?
and also in the south yard. Also, that's an entrance to the cafeteria that I showed you.
I remember.
Yeah. You can get to the catwalks a multitude of ways, whether it's the ladder to our left, the stairwell
Well,
to
have
our
you made
right.
to do the ladder?
They do span across the entire prison, and they also have one on each cell block. So if you ever need to do a sweep or get up onto somewhere more secure, utilizing the catwalks is a great thing to do.
Okay. I forgot to move that.
Also, be careful of these bushes. Sometimes people fall asleep in them. Like, pretty often, honestly. Like
Like
scarily
intentionally,
often.
or
Yeah, like,
or is the
like
bush
people will
like
just
tiring them?
no, like people will just go pass out like in the bush. It's kind of weird. We have places for people to sleep, like the barrack room and everything now, but they just go and yeah. Okay, so this is the airlock. Can you take a wild guess on why it's called an airlock?
I mean, it definitely ain't locking air because it's an open fence. So I'm assuming you don't open both, otherwise you get sucked out into space.
Yeah, you'll die.
Don't know why that's so funny. It just
And I
is.
mean it.
How many
It
people
won't
have
be
died?
being sucked out into space. It'll be me shoving my foot so far up your ass that your brain will get tickled.
What the
Don't
fuck?
fuck up the airlock. One gate at a time. You make sure the other gate is locked before you open up the next one. Got it?
Got it. I ain't fucking the airlock. Up. What's that look for?
I don't know.
Approved.
Anyways. This is the motor pool. As you can see, we have our fleet of vehicles here. That right there is the Warden's RV. Don't make eye contact. Stop looking at it. Don't even look at it. Don't even acknowledge its presence. If you even touch
I'm
it,
not looking at it,
you
but
will
it looks
lose
like
your hand.
someone died out front of it.
That was an officer that swan dove off of a roof and didn't realize the RV was right there. So
That ain't very smart.
he was a sergeant. But the point still stands, trust me. Yeah.
So that narrows it down to 1 or 2 people.
Yeah. It was a county boy, so. Actually, I think it was grapeseed, which makes even more sense. So anyways, this is the community service food truck. You don't really have to worry about that now as a non-solo because, well, you won't be operating it alone. You'll have to have someone with you. Aha. and I'm not going to overload you with that today. Buffalo, that is off limits to everybody except for the warden. Same thing with the command golf cart, though it's technically high command golf cart. Those two vehicles, just presume they don't even exist.
What vehicles?
The Buffalo and the golf cart. The Buffalo is that slick car right
No,
there.
I'm saying because they don't exist. They pretend they don't exist, so I'm pretending they don't exist.
Excellent work, Freeman. You're really getting it. These two illusions are for senior corrections officers and up. However, the K9 one is only used as an extra one if it has to be. We always used this illusion first.
I mean, they look
the
pretty
one-
clean kept as well.
Yeah, no, we
Oh, Crafter, welcome to the stream.
we
How's
got
it going?
some pretty particular people to make sure that things are clean and well taken care of. I probably need to start enforcing it a little bit more because we've had more cases of people returning vehicles with outdoors lately.
What the heck? How do you lose a door?
Pretty easily. Shock. Sometimes you just rip them right off. They aren't made with the best materials here. They definitely went to lowest bidder.
Yeah, that don't sound very good.
It's not. It's really not.
Such a dumb
So
onboarding.
these vans are what we use for inmate transport and everybody below senior corrections officers. This is just your general vehicle that you'll use. You can put
We used to drive
things
that one.
in the back beyond just the inmate. So they can be utilized for, say, if you need to go
Work
get
is
some
work.
food or if
Exactly,
you need to pick up
work is
something.
work.
But obviously, we try to keep them clear
During lunch, that's
of anything.
nice.
Don't keep anything.
They got a decent amount for
besides,
lunch, or is it like a
community service
short
equipment
one?
if you have to in the back?
Like a 30-minute
Because we
hour?
don't
What are we
want
talking
it to
here?
interfere with normal inmate transports. We want those to be ready at all times. Okay.
Mike Saints?
I'm glad so much is making sense.
There's a lot of information.
It is a lot of information, isn't it?
There's like a city bus as well.
Yeah, so that's the community service bus. We sometimes offer that as an option for people if they can give some tours of the city to people or just do general bus routes, and we just tag along as they do it, and they're serving the community. So
Fair play. Take the bullet. That's not very
yeah.
interesting buzz name.
Yeah. Over
Fuck's
here
sake.
is
Oh,
our
it's so
parking
dumb.
lot for our personal vehicles. So if you have a vehicle, feel free to come over here and park it in, so that it's not gonna just be out front of the prison
Freeman is
where
living
people
here.
walk out and steal from cars every single day. So,
I am.
yep. Every time I have left my car out front, whether I forgot or just, felt like it was fine, it's been stolen. So yeah, just use this one.
Okay.
That's not great.
I don't own a vehicle, I just do rentals.
Oh,
They're cheap.
okay. Well, at least you have a job now, so. Alright, so we will stop in here and just do a brief overview because I'm not going to go too in depth, but this is a tower. Make sure you lock that. We have 9 towers total circling the prison.
10,
1 through 8,
10.
and then we also have a Tower Alpha. Tower Alpha is the tower that is right next to the airlock. That is the one that's most readily used
I'll call it jail
whenever
on
we're
this.
doing transports or need to get a clear view on something going on, say in the parking lot or anything like that. It's the closest. But 1 and 9, this is...
Wait, so is this 8 or
9.
9? You said this is 8 a second ago.
Oh, we have 10, don't we?
We have 10. There's 10
have 10.
towers.
There's 10 towers.
So not 9, there's 10.
Yeah, because there's 8 right there. Yes.
Beat
I
me
just
to
really
it.
am
God damn it.
off by like 1 on everything today. That's crazy.
Yeah, -1, loser.
Anyways, right. So 1 and 9 are really good for general cross view of outer perimeter situations that are in the front, or if you need to get a view of over there as well. We do have a hill. You can kind of see it over on the south side over there. Tower 3 or 4 kind of offer the best view of that hill there. That's a very important hill because people will utilize that hill
People
to
saw
jump
it from here.
vehicles into the prison. That is a tactic that gets used pretty commonly whenever someone wants to break in.
Well.
So it's just good to know what areas of towers are good for certain situations. If you want to get the best of the yard that you can get is from Tower 4.
Tower 4. Which one is that? This is 9.
It's like right. It's the one that's like right across from us, essentially. Actually, it might be slightly further back.
Yeah, no, I think it is that one. It's hazy. I can't really see from this far.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so it goes clockwise. Yes. So right there is Alpha in front of us. And the one behind that, you might not be able to see it, but that's 1. And then it goes all the way around in a circle until we get to here to 9.
What, that
So
little
all you
one
have
with the dish on top is 1?
No, there's one further than that. It looks
Okay.
just like these towers. All of the towers look the same, so you don't have to worry about that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So if you ever get lost and aren't sure which tower you're supposed to go to, you can at least know that they are all in a sequential order. You won't have to guess on that. I always shoot for, if there's a situation going on and I have enough people for it, 1 and 9 and 4 and 6 are the towers that I want to get filled for the maximum amount of like coverage in a situation across the entire prison. So that's why we shoot for certain towers first, depending on the situation. So yeah, and each tower, besides just general observation and being able to have eyes on something, we do have a tower rifle. You'll get more learning about the tower rifle in a different lesson, but pretty much don't use the right tower rifle unless you need to, and the tower rifle never leaves this place. Also, make sure you don't jump.
Yeah, I can see why I wouldn't want to jump.
Yeah, but
The urge
no
to press
skipping,
space.
no little hippity hops, nothing for joy up
The
here
urge
either.
to press space
You will face
is
plant on the ground and
unreal.
have to get added to the list of people that have done so.
Is that like a
Thinking about
big
getting them
list,
all.
or how many people
Surprisingly,
are on
kind
that?
of, yeah. It's just a like a list of shame. Don't get added to the list of shame.
I'm gonna try not to.
Good. All right. This is the a speaker, loudspeaker that we have. It does carry quite far. So if you need to order anything or just make yourself known to something, ask questions to someone that you might see on the perimeter. See if someone's stealing a car, tell them to knock it the fuck off, or just anything that you need to do with general control of the area. Every tower has a speaker on it. Okay, and that's the tower. Very easy peasy. Nothing to worry about there. You'll get your whole firearms training course at a later date, so don't have to worry about that much this time.
Oh, I'm so glad Spotify's working again. You haven't been told about
We
fobbing the
keep
gates.
these gates unlocked for the time being, unless there is an active situation in which we need to go then and lock them. Just so we can have ready access to the trench.
Okay.
Okay, any questions thus far?
None so far. Just a lot of information.
Oh yeah, and we're not even close to done. I feel like I sometimes just have too much general knowledge, you know? Maybe I should stick to the script a little bit more. Nah.
You've
Nah.
already said you're not doing the unorthodox, so I don't think that's happening.
Yeah. All right, don't worry.
No
We're going to be
worries.
taking a break from walking around here since this is a pretty decent area for going over stuff anyways. So this is our parole board. Whenever we have an inmate that is serving a life sentence but is up for parole, they come here before the board of 5 people, and they plead their case on why they should be allowed on parole. We actually did have a parole case about a month back. I think it was like a month and a half ago because, yeah, their parole actually just ended today. And it was approved. And now they're free and out there again and are living their life. They fully reformed in our eyes and now don't have to be in prison for the rest of their life unless they go and do something worse. So we'll hope not, though. That's the whole point.
Or hopefully they don't do the comeback. Hopefully they do the rehabilitatings.
Yeah, they're good folk. They just definitely made some very, very poor choices. So that's the whole point of what we do here, though. You know, we've got people that come in and we can sit there and say, oh, they are terrible and what they did was terrible, but that's not really what the point of what we are. We're here because we believe that they can do better. So we should always advocate for that. Go ahead and take a seat if you'd like, because now it's, if you thought I was yapping a lot before, get ready for that times 10.
I am.
Yes. Okay, let's take a peek.
Fortnite. 3. There we go.
Great. Normally we would do all of this stuff in VR. I like the good old-fashioned way, so
I don't think I've ever
no.
done this training in VR.
Let's see.
Normally just do it like
Okay,
in the
we
motor pool.
don't have that much. Just a lot of yap and then a little bit of some practical stuff. So, all right, first thing that we're going to go over for your day-to-day job, one of the big things that we do here is when we're confronted with a situation, right? There are varying degrees of levels of how we handle it, or what type of force we should
I'm bored.
use, which is called the force matrix.
Let me turn my fan off.
Are you aware of what a force matrix is?
I've never heard of the force matrix before.
Okay, all right, that's
Because
fine.
we wasn't shared the documents.
Right, you also didn't get sent anything, correct? So you'll have no idea about 90%.
I'm so
That's
glad
fine.
nothing was said.
Okay.
It makes it so much more fun.
It's a force matrix. Like I said, it's what we use when we're confronted with situations and just general life here in the prison. So there are 5 levels, and they kind of get more serious the higher the level. So
What
level
I've done
1
is
is
leaned
officer
back.
presence. Okay, that's just us existing, you know, watching over
My mouse is on my
the
like armrest,
population, you know, patrolling.
so I can still like
the
use my push to
prison.
talk.
Just us being there, right, kind of shows
We
a
got it set.
level
We
of
got the setup
authority
right now.
over the area to kind of encourage inmates or anybody within the population
I'm gonna go
to
on my phone.
be on good behavior, right? They won't. They'll be discouraged from, say, stealing something or starting a fight or anything like that, because they know there will be a response there if we're there. So us being around is level 1. Level 2 is
I know. Say like okay.
verbal commands. That's where we have to now actually step in and issue a verbal command, such as stop. You issue a command, say as, you know, put your hands up, face the wall.
I missed a load of
give
phone
me your
calls,
wrists,
emails.
if you need to detain them or anything like that.
I really wish my fan was back on.
Say stop, you need to be searched. Anything that you say that has to be issued as a command is moving it up to level 2 now. Following that is now when there's more physicality. So this is essentially called open hand. open palm or closed fist. But the basics of it is just now you're having to utilize your body to get a situation under control. So if you need to, say, chase down an inmate to tackle them or something, to get them within restraints because they are not listening to your verbal commands, because verbal commands are no longer working, or just not being abided by, you have to actually now physically put your hands on that person to get them to comply with your orders. That is level 3. Level 4 is a pretty particularly named one. It is called less lethal, not non-lethal. The reason it's called less lethal is because you can still very much so die from any of the tools that we have. We obviously don't want to just go around with equipment that can just kill somebody, because we're kind of here for them to live here. You know, we wouldn't have a prison that we're watching over if we just shot everybody that got rowdy. So less lethal equipment is level 4. So that these are things such as your taser, baton, flashlights, anything of that sort, where it is employed in such a fashion that it is not a firearm.
Ain't a piss.
The rubber slug shotgun that we have as well for the rapid response team is also a level 4 situation, because it is technically less lethal. But you can absolutely have a lethal experience with it if it's used improperly. So always keep that in mind with all of your equipment, okay? Level 5 is lethal. This is now when things such as the tower rifles or handguns, like M9s, anything like that, any of your shoot equipment that is an actual firearm is employed, that is you utilizing lethal force. These are for situations where an imminent threat to life is happening, a complete loss of control. There's a lot of different scenarios where lethal gets employed in a special sense for us here at the prison, but you should always just keep in mind of, are they utilizing something that can cause an immediate threat to life? You know, do they have a knife? Do they have is someone threatened to be, you know, killed or anything like that? Because a lot of people think that, well, if they don't have a weapon, then I can't do it. But if someone is bashing someone's skull in to the point where their brain is showing and they're about to do another kick that could kill them, you take them down. You don't think about, well, I want to be nice with those situations. It's always about saving the life. That is what matters when you're using these different levels. So I go over it real briefly again of just, you know, what it is, but that's what we do here. Make sure you study that pretty in-depthly. All of these are in your SOPs as well, which let me go ahead and just guide you to those SOPs since you haven't had a chance to look at them. So if you pull out your tablet, your MDW.
I've got it here.
Great. So if you hit on the 3 lines on the top left.
Yep.
And you go to
Look how nice it is.
Documents.
There's like nothing there.
And then Department of Corrections.
Oh. Oh. Okay, I see a bunch of things.
There you go. So this, if you go to the very bottom, there's standard operating procedures. These are SOPs.
Okay, I see these here.
So I'm not going to go over all of these with you today, because that's for later. But I want to make sure that you have this, because then if you scroll down far enough past the uniforms, past the frequencies, everything like that, you'll be able to see the actual diagram for the force matrix, and you'll be able to study that and make sure that you understand it, okay?
Trying to find it. This triangle thing? Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yes,
it's got the levels.
exactly. And then above it, it has the actual descriptions, which I just went over.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Perfect. Okay, now that we have that for you.
I made all these white. I forgot to save.
Um,
I accidentally clicked on
cool.
this.
That is
I was so
that.
fucking furious. Oh no, I was trying to click to another tab and I clicked like there instead.
Okay. All right, now that we've gone over the force matrix, so that's, you know, how we approach situations. As I said in level 4, and also in the SFPs it has it written that your taser should be your first option. There's a reason for that. One, it's longer range. It's not long range, but at least gives you a little bit of space between the potential threat and yourself. And it is also a little bit more reliable in the sense of the damage it can cause to someone is more minimal than, say, a flashlight or baton. So you should always try to utilize your taser first in scenarios versus your other equipment. Okay, so next, in regards to your equipment, is your handcuffs. So we're gonna just briefly go over this, make sure that you know how to use them and get them locked up. So there are different levels to how restrained we'll have our inmates, but the first thing that you should always do is make it known what you're doing to an inmate before you do it to them. Okay?
Makes
You know,
sense.
yeah, you aren't just slapping stuff on them. You aren't just digging into their pockets. You aren't just, you know, grabbing them or anything like that. You know, we're talking. We're letting them know what we're doing because we're not animals. Okay?
Well. Well. Okay.
Great. All right. So, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to just have you put my wrists in some cuffs. Make sure that you know how to get them all snug but not too tight, everything like that. And you're just gonna talk to me like you are, you know, you're gonna just walk through what you're doing and what you want me to do, and as if I was just an inmate that you just need to get restrained for whatever, you know, doesn't have to be too in depth. Not gonna do anything crazy this time. If I had another cadet,
This
I
time.
might do something crazy. We'll think about it.
You
We'll
crazy?
see.
Never.
But
Right.
it's just me, so I just want to make sure that you understand how to do it. Okay?
Right.
And go.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need to place you in some cuffs, okay?
Why?
Just procedure. I'm freaking
Why?
that. Just because you need them.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be popping these on you here.
What if you just don't?
Well, that's not very nice. That's not very nice.
Well, it's not my fault. You have like a limp wrist doing it.
Well, I'm not trying to, I'm trying to be, careful. I'm not here to hurt you.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna pop these on you here. Soon again.
Or not.
Right. Okay, now, it's starting to become a bit of a joke, okay?
Are you calling me a joke?
So I'm saying this is becoming a joke.
What is?
You constantly, batting your hand away. I'm trying to be nice here.
This is you being nice.
It really is.
I don't know. It kind of seems like you're just being a pig with too much authority.
No, that's not the case at all.
I don't know. I think you just have a big head. You get handcuffs and you just gotta slap it on whatever person you see.
That's not what's happening at all, but you need these on.
Maybe you had a bit of like a victim complex in high school or something.
Absolutely not, otherwise I would be a cop.
So you're just like a reject cop is what it is, right?
No, I've never replied to the police department, nor have I ever thought of doing it.
Okay, sure, tough guy.
Let's try this one more time, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna have to place you into cuffs. I'll pop these on here. See?
Pig.
Was that so difficult now?
I hate you.
You hate me.
Yes, and everything that you stand for.
Oh, maybe not everything I stand for. I mean, I stand for animal rights. That's pretty cool.
I hate them too.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How comes you hate them?
When I was a young girl, I was having a piece of carrot cake. On
Bunny
a
Rabbit stole it?
picnic.
Bunny Rabbit stole
And then when I looked away for just a moment, I felt like a fucking squirrel came by and took it.
What, the whole cake or just the slice?
The slice. But
That-
it was my slice. So you know what I did?
What'd you do? That's really fucked up.
I found out where that squirrel lives.
With like the
And
tree?
I burned that fucking tree down.
Now, was that the best course of action there? You try speaking to the squirrel?
Squirrels don't talk.
Now,
All
you
they do
tried
is
to
take.
you tried
and
to speak to
take.
them?
They're greedy.
Have you tried speaking to one?
So I showed it what happens when it gets greedy.
Well, how do you know it was greedy?
Get me out
it
of
was,
these cuffs, Freeman.
maybe it was starving. I'm taking these cuffs off you. Maybe it was starving. Maybe you're the greedy one.
I think I'm falling too much into
I think
their
you're becoming
mindset when
an
I have the
inmate.
cuffs on me. Yeah, when I have the cuffs on me for too long, I think I just assume
Crazy!
that
Crazy!
oof. Anyways, I feel like I was getting a little hazy there. Anyways, so that's just putting them in just your wrist restraints. This is what we utilize whenever we're walking around. We feel like they're good enough behavior that we
Jay
don't
said
need to worry
squirrels
about
on
fully
fire,
just dragging
confirmed.
them with also some ankle restraints. If they are wandering around too much or anything like that, then you can up it as. Oh, one moment. Let me just have this burrito. Oh yeah, that's great.
Keep a burrito in your pocket.
You don't.
They don't get like grease, like your trousers greasy.
No, I'm gonna have a greasy burrito.
It's all like, well, what's in the burrito?
Like everything.
Like meat, veg.
But I
Or
mean,
like
that's
meat
like
juices, like squeeze out.
do you not wrap your burrito well?
I don't eat burritos. I've never had a
the fuck?
burrito actually.
Really? What do you eat?
What do I eat?
Mm.
Mostly fish and cow. Sometimes deer. Hence why
Yeah,
I
you
was
did
so
seem
swift
very,
with it.
Yeah, you were very knowledgeable.
You know, whenever we grow up, you eat what you catch, pretty much.
No, right.
Maybe
Watch
also
your
a
shoes.
drink. What? What? The first you
That
slurp your
was-
drink and then you pour it? That's just wasteful.
That's just to make sure you're on your toes, but don't get the orange punch on your toes. See,
I'm not on my
that was a
toes
test.
because that would be quite painful for an extended period of time.
Ballerinas do it.
When I hit a ballerina,
Well, maybe you should think about it.
maybe I should. Is there a prison ballerina program?
There could be if you want to.
Well, that's my goal now.
That's great. So let's go ahead and have you make sure that you know how to also put the ankle restraints on, okay?
Okay.
And I will just have you go ahead and the same process, but I'll just have you do it because I'm worried about going back to that place that I was at for too long. That was I
Okay.
think I just blacked out for that.
Yeah, you definitely, something like took over you. Anyway, man,
Yeah.
please turn around for me so I can place you into some cuffs.
Whatever.
Whatever. That's not very nice.
What,
Gonna
a word isn't nice.
I'm just gonna, you know, secure these nice and tight.
Ow, bitch.
Okay, see now that's also not very nice. How comes you're being like this?
Why don't you come over here so I can rip your throat out?
Oh, I'm actually near your hand, so if anything, if I come over here, you're not gonna be ripping my throat out. So how come you want to rip my throat out? Where's this coming from?
Because you're you, and I'm here, and I hate you for it.
Well, I mean, I'm not the one who's put you up here. So does that not seem like
So
some
you want me to
misdirected
rip
anger?
a cop's throat out?
I'm not saying ripping throats out is the best the way, but it seems like your anger is misdirected.
You want me to redirect it?
Redirect it into something, beneficial for society.
A dead cop would be one.
That wouldn't be very beneficial at all.
You don't know that.
Well, why don't you tell me a bit about the cop that sent you up here? Why don't we sit down and we have a talk about this? I'm gonna loosen these ears. You can sit and take a talk.
Take them all the way off, Freeman.
I am. What do you think I'm doing?
You said loosen. I was like, you better not be just. Not sitting down and talking to you about it.
Yeah, sit and talk about it.
No.
Oh,
so you know how
fuck's
to put
sake.
people in cuffs. That's good. Very proud of you.
Thank
were
you,
A
thank
pro
you.
with that.
Do I get a badge or
Alright.
something?
You're pretty much already wearing one, so
Well, I guess I am on the belt.
yeah, exactly.
It's a gold star too.
Yeah. That's pretty much what we are. It's like participation trophies, so
That's pretty neat, if you ask me.
I agree. Okay. Next thing that's gonna be is I'm gonna go ahead and take my gloves off, and then you're gonna go ahead and do a fingerprint swab. And also gonna just do another swab as well for gunshot or gun residue. And
I think you had it right the first time. It's
I did. It is
gunshot.
gunshot residue.
GSR, no GR.
Yeah.
Grr.
Or it could be Gurfus. Gunshot. No, gun residue from shot.
Or it could also be Gufferser. Gun residue from shot on finger. We've been
I
at
don't
this
think that was
well,
actually what you...
almost 3 hours.
Because you ended it with an R. But you
No,
said
that's just
finger.
my accent.
That's not... No, you
That's just
definitely
my
said...
accent.
You did an R.
Guffer.
See? No, you
That's
did
just
not
my
use-
accent. I can't help this.
You can't help your...
I know I can.
I think you could, but that's alright. We'll move on from that.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Start speaking British or something? Oh, proper.
No, I'm surrounded by those...
Exactly.
things constantly.
Exactly. Well, I ain't gonna be doing that.
What are your thoughts on the British?
Fuck the British.
Oh my god, thank God.
Absolute scumbags. We need to put not just their tea into the harbor, but also them. They stink. They need a wash.
Do you think tea will help make them smell better?
No, because they're dumping them just into water in general, just like we did with the tea.
Oh. I kind of feel bad for the water.
Yeah, but I feel bad for the island, the land that they're on, so, something's gotta suffer, right?
Yeah, at
And
least
right
it's
now it's
contained.
us.
It's usually pretty contained, but this is also an island, so when they come here and infiltrate it, it's rough.
Damn, they can't even keep to their own island.
I know. Well, I mean, it's
Look,
in
I'm
their
getting it.
nature, you know,
Like I'm
go
getting it.
stake their claim on
Yeah.
something that isn't theirs. So
Damn colonizers.
okay.
I feel like I need to tread very carefully with this.
So
I feel one wrong step and it's gonna be taken as racism.
anyways, so fingerprint and gun residue from shot on finger.
On the glove.
No, let me take those off real quick. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm just gonna be.
So, I was gonna say, so
Wait,
yeah,
do this
I
way.
know I already explained it, so it seemed like you're on the right track, but just make sure you always say what you're about to do, what you need from the person. I'm not gonna give any resistance for these ones, okay? Just let me know that you're doing it. And, you know,
No, because that'll end up into some like trying to fix trauma. Again.
I don't have trauma.
I don't know, those stories say otherwise. But anyway, I'm just gonna be taking your fingerprint here and putting it against this little link pad. You just pop these here, press nice and firm for me. There we go. Very nice. Okay, that is done. And now I'm just gonna be swabbing the rest of your hand for any GSR or them gunshot residue. You haven't been shooting, have you?
No.
Well, we'll find out. Gonna do this test here, and hopefully you're telling the truth. I'll run this swab along here. You're telling the truth.
I believe you would think I would lie.
I didn't. I never said. I'm just saying you're telling the truth, and that's a good thing.
While you're also doing this, we can go through the procedure of searching and frisking. There are two a large difference between the two. But when it comes to things such as cuffing, those tests that we just did, searching or frisking, inmates, so specifically people that are currently incarcerated and in our custody, right, are subject to search or frisk or tests at any time. But with this, we do not abuse it. If we think there is due reason for it, or it is a part of our protocol or procedure, of course, go forward and do what you need to do to make sure that that situation is as secure as you need it to be with your discretion. But we are not assholes about it. We don't just say, well, because I can go search this person and I don't like what they said to me yesterday, I'm just going to go search them every 15 minutes just to piss them off.
No, make it 10.
We're not going to do that.
It's a joke.
I know. But I still have
5
to
minutes.
reiterate it because it's your onboarding. Okay, no. We're gonna... No.
We're gonna know. Well, we're gonna know.
Go run to the end of this yard and then back.
Well, I doubt to where the vehicles
Now.
were. I'm trying to work out where. Like,
Start running.
vehicles or that building?
Start running and I'll tell you when to stop.
Time to just run away.
Alright, turn around and come back.
I don't even remember what I said.
7-7, turn around and come back.
I am coming back!
Well, you didn't respond. And you also went around. You didn't just turn around and come
That
back.
is turning around.
What? No, that's doing a loop. That's completely different.
The loop is turning.
Are you always particular like this, Freeman?
I don't know. I think this is prison.
Okay. Anyways. So searching and frisking. Okay. Abuse this. We're gonna make sure that we are being respectful, like you heard earlier with Benji. They give us respect, we give respect back. We'll respect their belongings, obviously, if we have to do a search or a flip because there's a due reason for it,
Nope,
or it's an
skipping this shit.
order. then we have to do that. But in the meantime, this is their home for a lot of them, and we want to be able to let them be able to live their
That's way too
life and
cold to
not
enjoy.
cause unneeded tension between
Yep, it's
all
way
of
too cold
us.
to enjoy.
Okay,
nasty.
so searches are full body searches. This is where they are getting pockets turned out, checking underneath things, shoes off, all that good stuff. And frisks are where we just do pat downs. We're just looking
get, like, the
specifically
light,
for any notable pieces of
just
contraband,
right, it
like
doesn't seem
weapons,
to
when we
work
do
very well.
frisks and pat downs.
I make it look like I'm like an
I
angel.
will say this once, and I should only hopefully have to ever say it once. But when we do frisks, yes, they are thorough, but we never, ever, ever, ever perform anything that is even remotely resembling a cavity search here. Do you understand that?
I understand. I'm not into the bud stuff.
That's good, because if you were, you would not only get terminated, but you would get exported. Deported, I should say.
Yeah, exported makes it sound like I don't know.
You're going to get sold?
No, that's human trafficking. That's worse.
Unless they make people like legal goods.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Probably not, but
That's like very much
Who
against
knows
our
here?
rights.
yeah. Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So not just terminated, but deported, if that ever becomes something that's brought up as either being carried out or allowed to happen here on our watch. Okay?
Drags out. Oop, now I'm getting hungry.
Okay, we can get you some food after this. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and have you do a thorough, or actually, I'm gonna just have you do a frisk first. Just a pat down on me so you can kind of see what type of things you're looking for. It's the bulky items that are gonna stick out, and I'm sure you'll be able to tell what they are. Get a good feel for it. Obviously, when it comes to frisks, you might feel like some stuff you can like maybe make out, but unless you're 100% sure and not hazy on it at all, then you don't know what that is, okay? Because we're not guessing that they have something on them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're making sure it's stuff that we can actually physically tell what it is. So,
8 minutes
all right,
and it's
I'll
the
go ahead
3-hour
and
mark.
have you do a pat down on me whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm just gonna be giving you a frisk. You mind popping your arms out for me, please? I sweat the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna be putting your quick pat down here. Oh my god, there's something. What? This feels like a gun.
Yep.
You got a gun on you?
Yes.
Well, that's not allowed in prison, so I'm gonna have to search you.
Okay, you're gonna have to be a little bit more. Are you actually going off of what I have, or just saying I have a gun?
I was going off your shotgun. You know, I'm trying to lead it into the next one.
I know, but now I was actually wondering if I had forgot I had a fucking gun in my cargo pants or something.
No, you ain't got a foul. I
That
don't
was
think
actually
so.
very believable, Freeman. Very nice.
Yeah, you know, we don't mess around here with that stuff. I'm just gonna be, you know, searching you for said gun.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's okay. It's not a gun. It's only a taser. It felt
Yes.
like a gun.
I keep that thing on me.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Is that not common slang from where you're from? On the
but-
ranch?
No, but you can pop your arms down.
Pop them down?
Yeah, pop them down.
Okay, I don't know how to pop them down, but I'll put them down. Alright. So it was pretty distinguishable to you, though, right? The difference?
Yeah, you know, obviously I could feel the shotgun and what, you know, it's a taser, but, you know, handgun feeling, and then I was like, oh, I can, you know, well, there's some other stuff I didn't feel.
Those are a lot of words that you just said.
There's a
Not
lot of
many of them
words.
actually made up a sentence, but that's fine. I get it.
Yeah,
Okay, great. Okay, now we get to go to the fun part of this. Have you ever shot a taser before?
I've not, no.
Oh. Okay. Do you have any heart conditions?
Not that I know of. One way to find out.
Right.
Any doctors
Yeah.
around?
No, you don't need one. It's fine. Go ahead and stand right there. You know, I guess I can give it a little bit of and see if there's anyone. Mercy's around. Let me see if there's any EMS. There is. Well, if this goes poorly or something happens to you, we can call EMS. But rule number 1 of anything within this prison, before you fire it off yourself, you need to know what it feels like. I guess the only thing that would be an exception to that is the sniper rifle. We don't shoot each other with that one because it'll just kill you.
Makes sense. I mean, it looks like we're about to have some sort of standoff here, you know?
Yeah, except you're not gonna pull anything because otherwise then I'll shotgun you.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Right. So on 3, I'm gonna tase you, okay?
Great.
1.
What the fuck? That sucks.
Yeah.
That way I'm in pain.
Yeah. I mean, you're fine. You look fine. I think.
Are any of us ever fine?
I mean, if you're being philosophical, I'm gonna assume that you're okay inside. That's good.
I don't know. Normally the philosophical ones are the ones that aren't okay.
If you still have the capacity to be philosophical after any amount of time in here, I consider that a pretty big success, so.
That's all you get in this place. That sucked.
But, well, now you know what you're doing to others, and that's why we use it only when we really need to. Tasers are a tool, not a weapon. So we want to make sure that we are utilizing it appropriately, but also at the same time, don't hesitate to use it if it's a situation that calls for it. Your life is just as important, okay?
Bye.
As with that before, you are
Already click
still going to call out, you know, so a big thing that a lot of people forget is the verbal commands before we do something like tase someone. When you are issuing a verbal command and it may lead to you having to tase someone to get them detained, you want to make sure that you're kind of including things such as stop or you will be tased, final warning, things like that, so that they can actually understand what it will be escalated to following them not listening to an order. It also gives you kind of a guideline yourself. And also, if you say you're going to do something to someone, such as final warning or you will be tased, and they don't listen to that final warning, you follow through. Don't back down from an order that you've given or anything like that, because you will get walked all over, and it is better to follow through with what you have said in the moment versus giving too many chances. It just leaves it a lot open. Okay.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Nice.
Hey,
This next bit, it's real easy.
This whole thing is a bit.
Before I go on the general talking points, what I'm gonna have you do is pull out your flashlight. Go ahead and take a look around. You can see where the casing is and where the cartridge ended up and everything like that. See that on the ground?
I do.
Wonderful. So, what I'm going to have you do is pull out your evidence bag. You're going to go ahead and open that up.
In first person. Okay.
And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to gather the prong and the cartridge, or the casing and the cartridge, yeah.
Let me open this up here.
Yeah, you can just go ahead and label it as Freeman training.
I think I got them both.
Wonderful. Go ahead and make sure you close your bag back up.
I never do that. It's nice and sealed.
Wonderful. We'll use that later, just making sure that you have it now. But that is how you gather evidence for a scene. You go around, you make sure you see it all, and you gather as much as you can, whether that is, getting bits of blood from a situation,
Bro is
the
clearly a
casing,
serial killer.
all sorts of stuff. So you always want to be pretty thorough with it and pretty quick following a situation if you're going to gather evidence. Not every situation requires you to go out and gather evidence, especially in here.
I just realized my fucking...
But it is always better to be
Did I pick up my
safe
Spotify
rather
audio?
than sorry, as you never know what type of situation will call for it being utilized in a court case later on, or if charges are getting pressed. So be as thorough as you can. With that being said,
Just realized it's not been playing
go
it
ahead
this
and
whole
take
time.
a seat. Alright, I'm gonna make this one, we're gonna kind of, not speedrun this, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of homework, okay?
Okay.
Because I don't think I think I'll go insane if I try to go through everything that we have. And it's a lot. So I'm going to give you the areas of what I need you to look over. Because no matter what, you're going to have to be able to go through this for your sign-offs later. But I don't... Yeah, no, it's a lot. Okay, so you're going to pull up your MDW.
Yeah.
And you're going to go ahead and... do you have your dashboard open?
I do.
Alright, so that one is very important. You should always just have your dashboard at the ready.
It's so
because you'll
nice
be able
with
to see
nothing
any
on it.
notices that go up and just also notifications should you ever
So
get to a point where you
nice.
need those. The three main
It's so nice.
notices are parolee information, extended sentences, and current holds. Those are the three main ones that you should definitely keep in eye. Well, parolee, not so much.
I'm not seeing the holds one. I'm seeing the parolee and extended, but I don't see...
Yeah, it's your MDW might be going through the same thing that mine is. If you go to your search everything, so if you tap on the search and you go
Right.
to notices,
Yep.
you should be able to actually see everything now.
Oh yeah, I see it at the
yeah.
bottom.
Yeah, exactly. It the dashboard sometimes is a little finicky, so if that ever happens, then you can just go to the actual
I just like
notices
this.
tab
There's nothing
and be able
here.
to see it perfectly fine. But yeah, so you don't really have to worry about parolee too much, but it is still good to be, aware of people that might be coming in to get their checks done or anything like that. But holds and extended sentences. Extended sentences are where we have our lifers. So you'll be able to see how many lifers we have and everything like that. Current holds are the people that we have on hold for, say, holds until trial, holds until sentencing. All of those good things. We actually have quite a few people that are waiting for their sentencing. Though I do believe 3
You know how short
of
that
these
is?
are
Look how-
actually taken care of.
It's nice and short.
I think Aiden Crew is the only one that is not actually done yet.
Yeah.
The rest of them are
I can actually find shit on
done before that. I'm
on
pretty
the other
sure.
one.
Okay, so that's just the big important part is with your dashboard, making sure that you look through those notices, get familiar with them, And that's really that for that. Other thing with that is, obviously, if you tap on the 3 lines, you'll see all of the different things. Obviously, you went through that. Applications are also a big one. That's where we, submit community service reports. That's where we look at our holds that came in, if we need any information from them, and things like that. They are now sorted by department and kind of like an easier drop-down menu for them, so you can see Department of Corrections one specifically.
That's huge. I fucking was so happy
With the
they
search
found-
everything function, you will be able to see incidents. Now, incidents that we see are limited
I
to
don't see
solely.
an incident.
You won't see them until you're a full CO. That's
Alright.
right. But okay, so
Understood.
when you do get access to incidents, okay, the only incidents that you have access to or will be able to gain access to are people who have been sent up for that incident. We don't just get access to every incident. It would have to be
A lot of people need that reminder.
something that they got sent
Including
here
me.
for.
Makes sense.
And then if you yes, so then with search everything, again, you'll see all the different type of dockets. Those are usually pretty good to stay on top of, to know what's going on. You'll see all of our reports. It's always good to check our reports to see what's going on with the day-to-days. Our notices, the Bolingbroke inmate profiles, extremely important if you want to understand our inmate population. And I think that's the big ones for DOC for you. There are fines and stuff like that. We don't really have to worry about that anymore. So, very simple.
Makes sense.
There's things like the roster, documents, of course. Anything that's in our regular documents, of course, look through that if you would like to do so, to understand how different things work within the different divisions, or how transports work, or all that good stuff.
I need to move this
just
into
read through
fucking this
things.
into
It's
here.
a lot of reading. That's why I'm not gonna drill your brain with it right now, because it's way too much to go over for just a sit down. Because, yeah, nah. Honestly, yeah.
I forgot to add the ranks here.
Yeah, just make sure you read over a report, specifically like a DOC report, so that you understand the format for it.
Okay.
Let me hold on. Let me choose one for you, because you never know. Nope, not that one, because there is nothing written in it.
I like how one's titled Beer Brewing Outside the Warden's RV.
Nah,
Is a
that one
report on what
was-
that man likes to do?
No, that wasn't his.
Oh,
So,
okay, that makes sense
yes.
why it's a report.
yes, yeah, that, yeah. Nope,
So,
not this one,
they
because
picked on the
that's
barrel.
written wrong. Okay, alright. Look at reports 45213.
But Steve Man escapes gem pop and chokes officers?
Yes.
Fucking Steve Man.
So with that, you can kind of get a good idea of the format that we like to have, specifically for the narrative debrief. How everything is written thoroughly with the suspect. The locations shows an actual process of where things happened, where it went. She's got evidence attached to this. She's got an image of like everything that was going on with their possessions. She's got it. If there's reports that are related to this person or ongoing incidents that happened, she's got it reported, or she's got it attached. The tag prison incident. However, we would normally add closed or open to it as well. If it's an ongoing situation, it's open. If it's closed and it's just a singular situation, we can go ahead and close it out. And it's also been shared with an officer as they had someone from PD come assist them. So, big thing with that is that we have things written out thoroughly before being abbreviated. Make sure that you write it out thoroughly. We don't use call signs or 10 codes or anything like that because it needs to be able to be read thoroughly by like anybody, even layman. There's no reason why they can't be able to read through it. This could be used in court. A lawyer needs to be able to understand it. A judge needs to be able to understand it. So keep it simple, but
I mean, you could use call signs if
know,
you like put
direct,
them here,
I guess is the best way.
Yeah, like an officer's involved. But, well, you know.
Don't use any slang, like either, and try to keep it chronological. And by slang, I mean like, say like the strip. Don't say the strip. In a report, you know, actually say what the location is. So, road outside of security office, or you know, something along those lines. Don't use terms that only we would understand.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think that is fine for MDW because it's a lot. So we're gonna go do our last thing that we need to do with this.
Oh, you make
And
lean
I'm gonna
forward.
get you all squared away because I'm realizing.
Yeah, we've been here for a while. I'm pretty hungry as well.
Yeah, you're fine. So we're gonna stop by Armory. I'm gonna get you set up with the group, and then I'll let you skedaddle along your way. Any thoughts, gripes, complaints?
Over than starving, no.
You can stop by the vending machine if you'd like.
Some candy will do me fine.
Okay.
I'm not normally a sugar person, but I feel like this calls for it.
Right. You're a meat and potatoes kind of guy?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I'm not hungry now. I could eat a deer.
Well, you know where they are. You know how to cut them up.
That is true.
There's not much left of them after, though, so.
There's a lot of waste with these.
Howdy.
They're not waste.
We have to go speak to her in a minute.
Uh-oh, both doors are open at once. Jerry Wanchers. Shit, I'm not doing this in first person. It's a hard thing to remember.
Alright. So, what you're gonna do is... What the heck? Oh god, I'm gonna actually have to remember which one it was.
Because I accidentally pulled my blinds down. Not letting as much air into the room. It's like a fucking oven.
Let's see.
Like, it creates a
Report
seal around.
27537.
72537. DOC trading report and a date.
Yep. Yeah,
This
that
was
a cool
in
one,
VR.
more
I remember this. As I led the helicopter
That is
breach.
back when she was Sally Jenkins and was a corrections officer. So
when you
okay.
had Sally, when you had Measure, when you had
So,
Cassidy.
what you're gonna do with this is you're gonna utilize the evidence distributor behind me and to my right. You're gonna place all the evidence that you got from the bag in there, and you're gonna get it added into a separate bag, but it'll be nice and labeled now. And you're gonna get this added into the evidence locker for this report.
Alright, I put that in there.
Wonderful. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to add yourself as an officer involved in this. And that's by hitting the top 3 dots in that. And then finding yourself.
We let this.
Perfect. And that will also be something that I just throw at you as homework because honestly, you seem to catch on to things pretty well. It seems to be digesting with you. It's just a lot. But what I'm going to have you do is you're going to write a statement following, you know, the type of formatting that you see in this. How you would, in your terms, we're going to say that I would be something really cool. Okay, there's going to be a specific few things that you're going to have to mention in this, okay? 1, you were patrolling the North Yard for suspicious activity. 2, you saw Deputy Warden Skeever do a sick front flip off of a building and land in a superhero pose. And then 3, you got tased and fell crying to the ground. Okay, you don't have to include that part, but you fell to the ground.
I've already wrote it in like a note for me to remember. I'm adding it.
Okay. And then the last thing will just be that I fled the scene and escaped. So all you did after that was gather the evidence and put in the report. But that she's still at large.
Alright, it's some notes for me to remember what I'm doing right.
Wonderful. Yep, just take your time with it. Write it to the best of your ability with that. I don't expect perfection at all. All I expect is just for you to have a chance to be able
Did I
to
just
kind of
chat
follow
GPT
through with
it?
that and get a little bit of experience with that. But that's not a today thing. It doesn't even have to be a tomorrow thing. It's just with that evidence, might as well give you a chance to do that and get used to how to actually utilize the reports. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like whatever happened here was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a different report for each person added. So
SCO.
it's not all just one incident.
SCO.
Just people add themselves and then do their practice report in there. Okay, so with that being said, there's only 2 more things that I have to actually tell you about. One is 13 alphas and 13 bravos. And the 13 alphas, right? Okay, so 13 alphas is an emergency. You can also see this in your 10 codes whenever you are starting to look over those.
Okay.
And then you can. Oh my god. Okay, so 13
remember what it
alphas, right?
means.
So 13 alphas means that there's an officer down, but it is a critical situation. That means that, especially within the prison, it could specifically mean that the life is in danger or the equipment is in danger. This can be the tower rifle. So if someone falls from the tower with a rifle in their hands, that's an alpha. If someone, even if they just get beat down, right, it's not a critical threat to life, but then if something gets taken off of them, that is a 13 alpha because that is now an added threat in the environment in their hands. So that is an urgent call. 13 Bravo is a lesser version of that. It just means that an officer has been potentially rendered unconscious, but it is not a threat to life or equipment. Whenever there's a 13 alpha, that is an immediate situation for a lockdown, and lethal force can be escalated to get the situation under control. Just wanted to make sure I added in those last little bits there because I'm sure that throughout your time training, there will be a high chance that you run into either one of those scenarios. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think I have
I forgot to say my outfit before.
blabbed
changing.
on long enough. I'm realizing how rusty I am at these. I used to have these down pretty quick, but between situations and me just talking about work in general, I think I've kept you long enough. So let me go ahead and get you in this group chat now. What's your number?
My number is 310 183 1706.
All right, that goes through.
Yes, it is. Just can't not type anyone's number.
Welcome to it. So utilizing this is now how you're going to ask for your shifts going forward. You will send a message into this chat asking for an FTO, or an FTO will say they're available in it, and you can hop in and do a shift with them. If you feel like you can't get many shifts, you are always able to reach out to us individually if you need to. The roster is available to you in the MDW as well, which will tell you who is a field training officer or not, and you can always directly message them. They have no problem with that to get you scheduled. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. With that being said, unless you have anything for me, I'm gonna cut you loose. Do you know that we do not allow any equipment to be taken off of duty? So make
Tell
sure
me
that you
what.
store everything in your locker before you head out, if you do so.
I'll chuck everything in that bag.
Sounds good. Okay. I am going to probably go faceplant on my couch because I am way out past my bedtime. I guess I should say nap time at this point. Anyways.
Oh, I'll leave you be so you can have your nap.
Thank you. Very appreciated. It was wonderful to meet you, Freeman, and you seem like you have a good future here. You look like you have a good head on you.
I'd hope my head does look good.
Well, let's not go that far. I just said it's a good head on you.
Yeah, but my head's on me.
It is. Yeah, it sure is. Alrighty, you take care.
Adios.
Do you know where the deputy warden is?
I think she's about to go pass out on her couch.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to chat to her quickly.
You able to call her maybe?
Yeah, I can try.
I'd be quick if I was you.
Yeah.
Seems like a this kind of cult guy. Okay, why aren't you putting a name lock on? I'm just putting a fucking lock on. Could do that one. Would make my life easier. Let's go. You can grab the. Well, anyone saw him? Thank you. It was very impromptu. That onboarding was scheduled literally an hour and a half before it happened. I had actually planned on streaming, and then I realized I'm just gonna really try and troll me. So, you know, I am but a simple guy. There we go, it's back. The wise words of Jeff the Land Shark. Bye. Oh, I can't do it. My voice is too low for the Freeman voice at the moment. Goodbye.